All right. Settle down, everybody. Guys, welcome back. This is Talking Watches Live, and I'm your host, Tim Wright. Today is Friday, September the 13th. Wait a second. Friday? No. Wait a second. Check my calendar. It's a Saturday. Oh, damn. It's Saturday, September 13th. I thought it was Friday the 13th. Oh, it's episode 1639. And as always, we're here live at 5 p.m. New York time. 3 hours every single day dedicated to Watch World. We cover all the latest watch news, newest releases, sit down with watch collectors and industry insiders, and sometimes we even go straight to the watch events themselves and bring you live with us. The quick wristwatch check, guys, on the wrist tonight. Speedmaster Professional 3861 on the pink Jean Rousseau strap. The watch was gifted to me by the beautiful viewers who are watching this live stream. And Jean Rousseau, guys, Jean Rousseau is amongst the best strap makers out there in the world. They're French, and they do some great custom work, but they also work with, I believe, Vacheron Constantin and many other high-end brands. Yesterday we took a deep dive into the best performing wristwatch at Phillips Watch Auction. Geneva session, fall 2025. That was the Vacheron reference 3438 MS dot W01. He needs to come up with a better reference structure, I think. Mirage in Prussian blue. It was an absolutely crushing of the estimate. They estimated between 40 and 80,000, and it hammered in an incredible 241,300 Swiss francs. That's like 300,000 US. We explored why the brand is so rad hot right now and what that means for collectors. Tonight, we're going to finish what we started. We're going to complete the look at all the other watches that went on for sale at this auction. This is the final chapter. We're going to break down who comes out on top, what flew under the radar, and how these results will shape the watch market going forward. So settle in, drop your wrist checks in the chat, hit that like button, and it's an open panel style live stream tonight. So I'll drop the link if anybody wants to join the stream. The link is in the chat. Let's get this ball rolling. We've got Marco. Thank you so much, Marco, for the upvote. Really appreciate it, guys. Really appreciate when everybody joins in early, smashes the upvote button, makes my job so much easier. Thank you. Thank you so much, Marco. Marco, Dave F451, Matt. We got the Goldfinger. Hey, Goldfinger, as promised. As promised, I got you. I got the Labubu for the Goldfinger. 1 second. There we go. Just had to let people know I'm streaming. I can't talk. I can't chat on the WhatsApp. Can't be chit chatting all the time. There we go. Goldfinger. Next time I see you in the city, I'll hand this back to you, or hand it over to you. Web1, thank you so much for the upvote. We got Tim G in the chat, Dean, Kaloy, Time Flies, that Dingo Dave, and he got the 13th upvote. Nice, guys. Lucky number 13. We got JMB. Who else? James the Advisor. I upvoted, and you should. And we can't wait to see James's wristwatches. He's working hard to bring the company to life, an American watch company. It's good times. Mm. By the way, it's the day 3 of my water fast. I am drinking these electrolytes, Relight Hydration Variety Pack. It's got 0 calories. They're not very sweet. It's like a salt type of thing, and it's helping. It's helping me through. I'm actually doing fantastic. It's day 3 of no food. I'm doing a 7-day water fast in total. So wish me luck, guys. I went to like a Costco type of store earlier today, and it was really tempting. There's so much stuff that I want to eat, and unfortunately, I'm just doing this, to be healthy. So yeah, it's good times. Um, let's see. We've got David H. Cheers, David. Shout out to Brenny. Brenny just picked up a white dial Speedmaster and did an incredible unboxing video. By the way, I'm working on a little video as well. I shot it earlier today, and I'm working on editing it. Probably I will finish editing it tomorrow and just publish it. It's on the tariffs. Nothing. Those videos just seem to be performing really well, and I just kind of describe the tariffs, what's going on in the tariff world. Hopefully, it'll get some views. Maybe not. We'll see. Kevin Hawthorne, good evening. We got Junior Johnson. Shout out to Speedy Hernandez, member for 35 months. Happy Saturday, mofos. Cheers, Speedy. Cheers to Hawaii. He's in Hawaii over there. Beautiful place. Cheers to Double D. All right, guys. If any, drop your wrist checks, guys. Let me know what you're wearing. Don't just say hi. Say hello, chat. By the way, I'm wearing blah 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 tonight. It's cool. Jonathan Smith says I was going to stop by with a few pizza slices from John's. Sure, you don't want any? I would love to have some pizza, but you saw what it did to me. I was a fat fuck when I was eating pizza. So it's important for me to cut back right now. It's just I want to live much longer. By the way, I stopped snoring. The roommate is really happy with the performance. It's doing a fast is really great for performance, guys. But anyways, here we go. Let's jump into the Phillips, boys. Mm, this is good. The real light stuff. Oh, and then we possibly will watch 2 videos. All right. Let's start out here with the Vacheron Constantin, a beautiful world time traditionnel. It was estimated to go between 10 and 20,000. Ended up selling for 22,860 Swiss francs, which is like, I don't know, 26 US. Gorgeous watch, to be honest. Let's see it. Let's pull it up here. Look at that. Traditional world time stunning watch. I wouldn't say this is cheap because 26,000 US, you can buy a lot of things. Faye Fell yesterday was hypothesizing of possibly picking up like a 15300 Royal Oak, which I told him don't do it, man. You don't want to get the cheapest of something. And then I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about um Faye Fell's conundrum, especially in AP. AP is just, it's a kind of a brand. It's about the latest, greatest. People go on the AP journey spending up to $5 million. You don't want to be a guy with, oh, by the way, I have the cheapest AP over here. It's just, and it's always not a good thing to get the cheapest of anything. Like trying to get the cheapest Rolex just because it has a Rolex on it doesn't mean you're getting something good. It's never good. It's best to go and get like something in the mid range, something that's good value for money. There's so much quality out there. Why chase hype? Right? Like for example, like this watch. This is incredible. Is this the best money can buy? I think This is a lot cheaper actually than buying a Patek Philippe World Time. If somebody wants a World Time, this is a great way to get into it, right? Yeah, you're not getting a Patek. I believe Patek invented the World Time complication, but Vacheron is no slouch, and that's a beautiful one for 26. I mean, in Patek, you're not gonna get a World Time Patek. You'll get like a Calatrava, a very basic one. You know, it's never good to buy the cheapest of, right? Just something. Oh, because think about it. Think about it. Imagine somebody asks you, "Hey, nice watch. How did you get it?" Oh, I bought. Oh, sorry. Why did you buy it? And you answer, "Oh, I bought it because it was the cheapest one of this brand." Just come off like you know. It's not a good story. You want to buy something for a good reason, especially if you're gonna keep it for a really long time. You know what I mean? Like, let's see. David H says, "No, I think cheapest Rolexes are good quality and comfort. Don't need platinum day date." No, no, but David. So imagine somebody wants a Rolex, right? Because that Royal Oak was like one of the cheapest Royal Oaks, right? But let's say somebody wants a Rolex, so they go to Rolex, right? Because it's not going to be a good one. And then we go to lowest price, right? And then somebody buys like this one. Let's see it. Let's bring something up. Okay. And then somebody goes, and you see these are the cheapest Rolexes. So if somebody just wants a Rolex and then they end up buying like this one, okay? And then they walk around thinking that there's some kind of a big shot. You know, that's not a, yeah, it's got a Rolex on it, but that's not really men's watch unless you got sleeve tattoos, okay? Unless you got sleeve tattoos and you're really fashionable, right? You can pull this off if you're wearing like Gucci's and Louis Vuittons, you know, you can have that really douche. It's a women's watch, you know? So that's kind of what I was afraid he's gonna come off looking. Or like this one. Okay, this one looks a lot more like a men's watch. See, so imagine this. You buy this, that's like the cheapest oyster, right? You don't want to. Nice Rolex. It actually it's pretty good to be honest. That looks like a nice Rolex. Look at this. It's got Rolex movement in it. The strap looks a little bit jingly jangly, but it is a Rolex. So this is what I didn't want Fayfeld to come off looking like. Like he like, you know, like somebody who just bought something because 28,000, that's serious money. You can buy a lot of quality stuff. Like this Vacheron. Like that's a serious watch. Right? Let's see. Full gold, you know, and then at least you're getting a better story. Oh, you got a really good deal on it because on that Royal Oak, he was still paying 3 times the retail of that piece, whereas this thing is on a discount. Now, this is a little bit big. It's 42.5. You gotta have men wrists, you know, you gotta be a man. Or look at this, okay? Royal Oak, step aside. Look at this. Chopard Alpine Eagle 8,890 Swiss francs. Oh my, like why wouldn't you want something like this instead of the Royal Oak? Now it's got proper men's size. It's built better actually than the 15300. 15300s are notorious for breaking super easily. Whereas you can get like this and you can win it on an auction. It's got an open case back. Look at that. I believe this might be 100 meters water resistance as well. Why wouldn't you want something like this? Paper, and this comes with box papers. Look at the box. It's proper wood with inlaid logo. Come on. Come on. Let's not just follow the hype. You know, there's you know, look, if he wanted one nice Royal Oak and a one and done, right? A one piece to be proud of. You go 15202 and you end it there, 15202 or 15500, 15510, maybe 15400, 15450, depending on your size of the wrist. But 15300, come on, it's all right. It's all right if you got it back in the day, but you don't want one like, replace dial. And think about it. The fact that you're even asking, like, hey, by the way, this thing has a replaced dial. Okay, that's a problem. That's a problem. It's a problem not because it has a replaced dial, but it's already a problem because it's something that he cared about. He cared about it so much that he needed, like, ask, hey, is replaced dial a problem? Now, I think personally, I don't think it's a problem. Who it not it if it's a watch, if that was a watch of his dreams that he really wanted. Oh, I want I want to own this particular model, but he wasn't getting it because 15300 was a royal oak of his dreams. He wanted to get it because 15300 was a royal oak, and it was the cheapest one that he could get that had that particular look. Well, why spend almost $30,000 for a watch that looks like a royal oak, but it's not a proper royal oak? Um, Although, I mean, it is a proper royal oak, but it's not proper in the sense that it's like it's the cheapest one that you can get. You know what I mean? So it's not the right reason to buy. If you want to get a royal oak look, this Alpine Eagle, look at this green dial. This thing sold so far below retail. It's not even funny. Okay? It's not even funny. I don't know what the hell is going on. People are too brainwashed following these trends. Whereas you can go out there and buy so many incredible quality pieces for really good money. I mean, he can build a three-piece collection for 30,000, right? Out of this auction alone, right? Walks and watches says, Tim, have you still got your IWC and Black Bay 58? Yes, I actually Black Bay 58. I got rid of that, and I still have the IWC. I'm selling the IWC though. Yeah, not the Humble Pine one. I'm selling the Mark 20 with the green dial. I need to get rid of it. Let's see here. Mr. G says, I will say, if you want the Royal Oak, get Royal Oak. Don't do alternatives or compromises. It's good time to get a Royal Oak because it's dropping. No, but it's gonna drop even more, right, Mr. G? Like, think about it. Would you, like, if you want to get a Royal Oak, would you be would you be satisfied with the cheapest, like, nastiest Royal Oak that's on the market? If you want to get a Royal Oak, get the 15202, because at least I think the 15202, the prices have stabilized, and 15202 might actually rebound and go up again. So instead of trying to get the cheapest version of the Royal Oak, the 15300, which is notorious for breaking, go for something. Go for the one and done, the one that you will be proud owning, that you could that could stand shoulder to shoulder against any other AP. But getting a 15300, it's like, oh, it's a disappointment. But look, and that's just my opinion. That's how I'm thinking about it from like a story perspective on this. But let me know what you think regarding that. Let's see it. Speedy Hernandez says there are some cheaper small Cellinis that are actually very cool, but you have to be selective. Yes, yeah, yeah. There's some really good Cellinis out there, of course. There's really good stuff. It's just, it depends on what you want. If you want, because the way Faye Fell was approaching it, right? He wanted a royal oak, but he didn't have I assume he doesn't have the money to pay for the full, for for like the best one, not, and not even the best one, but like the iconic one, the Gerald Genta designed one. So he's going with this kind of slightly compromised version, and that's equivalent of getting a Chopard. And Chopard is not a Royal Oak. They have genuine heritage. They have really good heritage. Chopard right now is popping off, and who knows where these are going to be in the future. I think about it, like historically. Right now, everybody's chasing the Gerald Genta design, and I don't think this was designed by Gerald Genta, but it was designed during that era, and it may have been actually. You know what? Let's look up the history of Chopard Alpine Eagle. History of. Let's just Google it here. What did they say? Who can we trust? Alpine Eagle watch, a gentleman's story. Okay, let's watch this. Let's see what this says.
The Sagmod was the first sports watch of Chopard. It was just when my son started in the factory.
I tried to convince my father in particular to launch this watch, which was made of steel and which would be something totally different to what we have done so far.
Until then, we produced only ladies' and gentlemen's watches in gold.
We had a lot of challenges.
The watch was presented in Basel 1980. It was a success for more than 25 years. This watch had a very special look, and from far you could identify this is Chopard, this is St. Moritz.
Alpine Eagle today, the project is very similar.
The story really started when I walked into the office of my father one day. I saw this watch and he told me it was St. Moritz.
It began with my son who trying to convince me to re-edit a sports watch similar to St. Moritz.
I think with a revamp, it could really become an icon of the Maison Chopard. I brought the idea to my father. I went to my grandfather.
He kept on insisting. He kept on wearing the watch. Then he convinced me to think about relaunching this St. Moritz watch, which I must admit fits very well into its time again today.
The easy way was never really the Chopard way, I'd say. It was a good challenge to bring them back to the St. Moritz and make what is now the Alpine Eagle.
Working on this project is quite unique in the industry because we have 3 generations working together on one project, and to see that all 3 of us have a passion for the watch.
Incredible. I think the story alone here is very powerful because Chopard is an independently owned company, independently owned, and it's like father to son, father to son. The first generation, the grandfather was making just gold kind of gentleman's watches. His son says, "Hey, we have to do these modern sports watches," and then the son's son is now like, "Hey, we have to create a modern reinterpretation of the Chopard," and that's the Alpine Eagle. And I think they've done a fantastic job. Just give me a second here. I need to turn on the lights in the room. Let's play this.
The story really started when I walked into the office of my father one day. I saw this watch and he told me it was St. Moritz.
It began with my son who trying to convince me re-edit a sports watch similar to St. Moritz. And I have to say that I was not entirely convinced.
I think with a revamp, it could really become an icon.
Oh,
The
this
Maison
is the
Chopard
same
and
video.
brought the idea to
This is like the same video here. Hey, private gentleman, how are you doing, sir? I think I put you on a little bit too quickly. You need some time to prepare? Okay. Hello, sir. Can you hear me? Okay, I think there's technical difficulties. Double D says, I can tell you this. I am no more interested in having a conversation with someone wearing a Chopard than I am with someone wearing a Rolex or a Royal Oak. There you go. Okay. It's just a watch. Double D follows it up, says, I will be buying an Alpine Eagle next year. The only reason I don't have one now is because I got the Laureato. Whoa. Hey, Double D, how do you see a Laureato and the Alpine Eagle? Do you see them as one a higher grade, or do you see them as equal? Because I don't know. Like I'm thinking they're kind of equally good. The finish on both is incredible, on the dial and the case, the movement. I think they're both like equal in my mind. And maybe this is something that you could add to your Laureato. I don't think you have to sell Laureato to get Chopard Alpine Eagle. Maybe you can have both of them in your collection. I get it, but I understand. Double D has a very specific philosophy. When he has one watch that is so close to the other one, he gets rid of one. Here we go. Private gentleman, hello.
Hi.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Just about. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, fantastic. Great to have you on the stream with us, private gentleman. You got let's see here, what's going on there with the. Hope you're doing well. How's everything?
Yeah. Different is about the way to say it.
Ooh.
Different. How's the diet coming on? The food.
It's the water fast.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I just met my mom earlier today. She said I look so great. She loves it. And the roommate loves it that I stopped snoring. Suddenly, the snoring went away. And I can breathe once again. I had some kind of an issue over here where maybe it was because of the food that I was eating. And I did go to the doctor like 3 years ago. And I had this problem just for forever where I couldn't I was struggling breathing at certain times. And they told me I had an acid reflux, and probably because of the food that I was eating. But anyways,
Yeah.
all those problems have went away now that I lost 40 pounds.
Wow, that's really good. That will acid reflux. Yeah, that will go away. Yeah. I had that for many years.
And you lost a lot of weight as well.
Yeah, I stalled at 11 stone 7. I've stopped. So I've lost 16.7 to 11.7. So I think that's what's that? 5 stone, I think.
I feel like this is why I'm also doing a fast, because I've stalled. There's basically comes a point at which you do need to do a fast in order to lose stubborn fat, because of just the way the body adapts to kind of maintaining weight. And it's very important to do the fast to reignite the metabolism. So
I think that what's that? 5 stone is 70 pounds I've lost. So you lost 60 pounds. That's pretty good going.
No, I lost 40.
40 pounds, yeah. 70 pounds I lost.
Yeah, incredible. But you're a bigger guy, and you might have.
I'm 6'1", yeah. So
yeah. Oh yeah,
I was,
you're tall.
Yeah,
You were
I
in
have
South.
been along in stages. I've done this 3 times now, and I go up slightly, and then I come over a period of a couple of years, and then I try to come down even more. You know?
Okay, I see. So this was the 70. How many pounds you lost? You said 70,
70,
right?
yeah.
70, and
In
this is in over
2000,
3 years, over a
in
period of.
2000, yeah, in 2011, I went from 22 stone to 11 stone, and then I put the weight back on to 15 stone. And then in 2018, when I had another operation, I went from 15, 16 stone down to about 12. Then I went back up again to 16 stone and a half this time round, which is 6 to 7 years ago from the last operation I had. And I'm at 11.5 now. So
Incredible.
I've just got my abs poking through now. So but yeah, at 6'1". So but,
Okay.
yeah. AVPG, can you hear me, Mr. G? Can you hear me? Who's Mr. G? I don't know who
Mr.
Mr.
G.
G is. Yeah.
Mr. G. It's Mr. G. The
Yeah.
friend of Humble Pine.
Okay. Hello, Mr. G. Yeah. We can't hear you, but we can read you. Yeah. Thank you.
Mike Hammer, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I wonder what country favors the brand Chopard, where they selling the bulk of their watches. Love the Alpine Eagle. I think Mr. G is confusing a very private gentleman with Andy Binns, because Andy Binns was the one who was saying, "Can you hear me?"
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the joke.
Yeah. I'm
But it's
trying a
all,
new microphone. What's the sound like?
it's pretty good. I can hear you crispy and clearly.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Right.
And now to answer this question, Mike, Chopard makes most of its Alpine Eagles sales probably somewhere in Europe, and they actually have very strong presence in North America, especially in the uh, uh, secondary market. They also have big presence in Asia and in Middle East. Europe may be the home base and the easiest to move the inventory, right? Because lower import costs, and Chopard is very prestigious in Europe. The U.S. seems to be very important growing market for the Alpine Eagle, especially for collectors who want the luxury sports watch aesthetic. So that's what I would infer based on just kind of my experience with the brand. Because I met a lot of German guys, and they're super into Chopard, and there's some people in Austria, right? They're big. They're actually quite big in Switzerland itself. So they're only now starting to become popular in United States, though. And you have to remember the collection was relaunched just a couple of years ago. I would say it's like 5 years, maybe even less than 5 years. That Alpine Eagle was introduced, but I think it's quite popular. There's a lot of people who are excited about the Alpine Eagle. It's great to have competition in the steel sports category. We can't just let AP get away with AP and Patek, right? There's because those are like the hype started around AP and Patek, but there's now a lot of competition, and it's good to see because it's pushing the bar higher for all the brands. What's your take on Chopard Alpine Eagle, private gentleman?
Well, there's the Rolex authorized dealership in my home has them. So they're nice watch, you know.
Have you handled it in person?
That one, no.
No. Actually, last week when I was in the city, I I went with a friend there that I recently met, and he purchased an Alpine Eagle. You want to see it? How it looks on the wrist? Let me show you because I tried it on. He purchased a blue dial from the AD. So this is the green dial that sold for just 9,000 Swiss francs, which I think is a steal of a deal.
Is this watch called the Eagle? Is it?
Yeah, the Alpine Eagle.
Yeah, because the face of the watch reminds me of an eye.
Mm-hmm. Like an eagle eye.
Bird's eye, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's kind of supposed to be.
Yeah.
So here's the watch in hand. This is I was handling it in hand there. Let me zoom it in a little bit. You can see how high quality the stuff is. I'm not sure what kind of steel they use, but it looks like a 904L because it's just how shiny it is. See it. You can see the finish on the movement, really nicely finished.
Mm.
Chopard, there you go. And Chopard is an independent watch brand, which I think is a big deal because it gives them so much creative freedom. They're very popular with ladies. They've always been popular with ladies. They have the Mille Miglia, which is like a super important chronograph that I would.
Mille Miglia, yeah.
Yeah, Mille Miglia.
Yeah.
Which was the first watch with a custom rubber strap. Before that, rubber straps didn't have much like of a pattern on them.
There's a very good Mille Miglia for sale on the used market over here at the moment.
Oh yeah, it's a great watch.
Yeah, I'll try and get a picture of it for you.
Get a picture.
Yeah.
Get a picture. There's the watch. Let me show you what it looks like on the wrist. This is on my wrist. You can see there. Look at that. It is very cool. Has very cool effect. Very shiny. Chopard, they're known for their jewelry, so this is a very strong kind of a jewelry piece as well. Kind of like the Royal Oak. Royal Oak is also very jewelry piece. You can see it. It's very nice, very high quality. It's not sized to me, so it was just I think like 2 links too large, but very nice watch. I'm not a big fan of the date. They now have versions without a date, but it's cool to see that Chopard is willing to play around with the date placement, whereas AP keeps their date at 3:00.
It sold a couple of days ago. It was on the listings for a couple of weeks. Nobody would touch it. I'll put it in the private chat if you want to flick it and have a look.
Yeah, let's pull it up.
$3,000.
$3K. Wow.
Yeah,
that's cheap.
It was
steal of a deal. Yeah, steal
it was
of
used.
a deal.
Yeah, it was a nice watch.
Oh wow! Here we go. Let me pull this up. Look at that. Very cool. Oh, this one has like an integrated rubber strap, and the strap looks like the tire track. Oh, it's also a GMT. That's what. Oh my god, that is really cheap.
Yeah, it was a nice watch. I'm not
Mhm.
too sure whether it was. Yes, it was Box and Papers.
Yeah, look at everything. Very cool. I prefer the one without GMT because GMT adds a little bit more bulk, makes it less wearable. But if you have big wrists, it's a great watch.
Yeah.
Beautiful rubber strap. Look at that. It looks like a tire.
Car tire. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Actually, you know that my dentist has a Mille Miglia. Last time I went for cleaning, because I was talking watches with him a couple of times in the past, and he never wore a watch, and he was telling me that he wants to get like a Rolex, and it was the first time that I walked into, and I look on his wrist, and he was wearing a Mille Miglia, and so he told me that it was his wedding watch. He actually got married in it. It's pretty cool. It's a really high quality watch. It can last forever. Let me see if I can pull it up. I actually took a picture. Let me see here. Chopard. Just searching for it real quick for you guys.
Is Tim G away at the moment? Where is he?
He's busy. You know, he's got businesses that he needs to run. He said he'll be back Monday.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But you know, there we go. Check it out. Boom, there it is. See, this is like my favorite variant as well, because it's got nice chunky loomed hour markers, Arabic numerals, very sporty, and same rubber strap. This one doesn't hug the case. It's not integrated, but still, it's really good, and it even has certain charm to it. So yeah, really nice. Wristwatchholic says you will always think about Royal Oak when you wear it. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Uh, why would you always think about Royal Oak when you're wearing Alpine Eagle? Because Royal Oak was the first, and like, so do you always have to chase the first and pay above retail just to get it because Royal Oak was the first steel sports watch? Does that really matter, or can you just buy watches that you like, not because they were the first of something? And I think Chopard, they have a charm that's different. There's a different look, different aesthetic. Not everything has to be oh, it's just it's the brainwashing that's happening right now. Is that everybody's being told if you buy this, you have to buy the first steel sports, the first dress watch, the first this one, the first that one, and it's just that's how these brands, the first watch on the moon, right? So if you're wearing a Daytona, are you thinking about the Speedmaster, right? Because Speedmaster was the first watch on the moon, right? But when you're wearing Daytona, you're not thinking that, even though Rolex was competing. No, you get it for other reasons, and that's what you have to understand. It all depends on the reason. Why are you buying it? If the guy wanted the Royal Oak, he shouldn't cheap out. He shouldn't, like, if that's what he wants. If he wants the first steel sports wristwatch, yes, getting a Chopard is not going to fulfill that craving, but also getting the cheapest, nastiest Royal Oak on the market is not going to fulfill that desire either, because you'll always know you can't fool yourself that you got it because it was just the cheapest one. You know what I mean? If you want, you can't compromise. You have to get a really good, good, good quality one. Probably a 202. And that's why I said getting 15300. If he gets the 15300, guess what? It has the seconds hand. It's not the jumbo. It's not so by that logic, Alex, do you see it? By that logic, he wouldn't be satisfied with 15300 because hey, yeah, it's Royal Oak, but guess what? It's not the Genta designed one. It's like the one that the AP created as an alternative that has a seconds hand. Because this is a luxury item, Hermes is better than LV at certain things, but not at others. Ferrari is better than Mercedes. Again, at Ferrari, you're not. If you want to drive your kids to work, you're not going to do it in a Ferrari, right? Because Ferrari is for certain purposes. Ferrari, if you want if you want the fastest sports car, I don't even think Ferrari is the fastest. A lot of these Corvettes, I've been told, are just better. And Mercedes, hey, Mercedes could do a better job at certain things, or BMW could do a better job at one thing than at the other. You're thinking about this all wrong. It all depends what it is that you want, And you have to understand that just because brands say, why do you need the first steel sports Royal Oak? Like, think about it. Why do you need a Royal Oak? Do you really need? Think about it. Ask yourself, why do you need the Gerald Genta originally designed steel sports wristwatch? Why do you need it? Why isn't this good enough? Now, just explain to me in the chat, or like genuinely think about it. Why do you need it? Is it because you're like what is it? What do you tell yourself that this is not good enough? You know what I mean? Mike Hammer, $10 super chat. Tell me about the movement and clasp. Doesn't look like a lot of adjustment. So yes, there's actually no adjustment on the Alpine Eagle. Let me flip it here. So very much like Royal Oak doesn't have micro adjustment on the clasp. So as you can see here, it's just a butterfly. It's very similar to like actually Royal Oak, and there's not a lot of taper either. It's a very just very minor amount of taper. There's no micro adjustment, and there's no half links. So it's but the links themselves, they're not too big, and it's quite easy to take out links. You can actually even do it yourself at home if you so desire. But yeah, that's how it is. Yep. You see it there? No micro adjustment. It wouldn't work because it's like it's a fashion type of a watch, right? Where the design of the bracelet in a way basically prevents the ability to do micro adjustment. Maybe they could think somehow outside the box and come up with a way to do a micro adjustment, but I think just the way they designed this watch, it wouldn't be possible. And I think Royal Oak wouldn't be able to do a micro adjustment either because of the way it's designed. I know Patek came up with a creative way to do it, but when you micro adjust the Patek, there's a little gap that's created. So yeah, like why can't you be satisfied with the Chopard? I understand, like if you want the number one and you're collecting, so because at that point you're going into the realm of like, hey, I want to collect historically most like the first steel sports wristwatch. If that's what you want, then yeah, Alpine Eagle is not going to do it for you. But if you want a really nice, high quality steel sports wristwatch, why would you be thinking about Royal Oak? Who gives a shit? You know, who gives a shit? Think about it. Who cares? Yeah, okay, yeah. There's a lot of watches out there. You know. Let's see. If you want price of value, get a Christopher Ward. Yeah. Christopher Ward, it's completely different quality. It's not a luxury brand. It's like it's like it's an affordable brand. Let's see here. Why can you satisfy with Christopher Ward instead of Rolex? Why can or can't you be satisfied with a Christopher Ward instead of Rolex? Because you could be. I'll argue you could be satisfied with a Christopher Ward over Rolex. Christopher Ward has all the same comfort comforts that a Rolex has. Christopher Wards, they have micro adjustments. They have even actually more comfort than Rolex. But the reason people get Rolex, they don't get it because of the quality. Although the quality is really good, there is the history and there's that trust. When you're buying a Rolex, there's few advantages that Rolex has. You kind of think this brand existed here since 1908. It's going to be here for another 100 years. So you're getting a Rolex because of the reassurance. You're also getting it. Most people, they're not really getting it because of the quality. Because Christopher Ward, fuck me, it's getting so good in quality. It's almost at the Rolex level. But Rolex, people buy it because of the social status that Rolex presents, right? Rolex is on the wrist of Roger Federer. It's on the wrist of all these celebrities that they're sponsoring, right? Wimbledon, they're their biggest sponsor of Wimbledon, right? You're getting it because of the associations. You're not paying so much for the watch. But there's also, Rolex is chronometer certified, so they have the quality. But I would say Chopard, like this Alpine Eagle, is on the similar level, if not slightly higher than a Rolex. But Rolex, they don't. Oh, well, actually, this would be on par with the what's it called? The Land Dweller. I think these are actually very similar quality. Chopard might be slightly better than the Land Dweller, or maybe not. They might be exactly on the same level. Neither of them has a micro adjustment actually, but you can't compare. Uh, a Christopher Ward, a new introductory kind of an affordable alternative to a luxury brand. But you could be satisfied. It just depends on what it is that you're trying to satisfy. Like, what is it that you're trying to satisfy? You're saying you can't be satisfied. Why not? What is it in you that you are trying to satisfy? Right? Like, ask yourself, why isn't Chopard? Why isn't a Christopher Ward enough? And the answer is because you're not just trying to buy a high quality watch. You're trying to also get something that will reassure you that it can last 100 years, and also show a certain level of social status. Right? Christopher Ward is not going to show that that you're of a certain status. I mean, what do you think, private gentleman, regarding Christopher Ward versus Rolex, and why some people just they can't be satisfied with the Christopher Ward? Why do they need a Rolex?
No, it's completely worlds apart. Those two brands. The price, well, obviously the Belcanto is up there in the pricing structure, similar, but you can't compare. They have their own niche fan club and collector base. It's very, very strong. I think once you get to that level, which is equivalent to Tudor, maybe in some areas, you should be content. But the engineering isn't the same. It's not meant to be.
Watchholics as well said some people choose Royal Oak over Alpine Eagle for the same reason. History, brand recognition, quality might be similar to each other. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that, but you don't really have to. Like, you could be as wealthy as God, and you could still choose to go with Christopher Ward, because you know what? Like, Christopher Ward is such a great quality that, like, I think Christopher Ward is going to be here for the long haul. They've got serious investors backing them. They're producing watches, probably currently highest quality watches on the market for money. All right. That's what I would say. And, like, does history really matter that much? Does Rolex history matter that much? I mean, who gives a shit? Honestly, like, why should you care? Just because other people care, does it mean you have to care? I mean, I care to a certain degree, but at some point I say, fuck it, I'm not gonna pay like ridiculous prices just because it has all this history. And a lot of the history, it's all massaged anyways. It's all like bullshit history too. So at certain point, you know, and when the prices get so ridiculous, I say, you know what? Take your history, stuff it down your ass, and go fuck yourself. I'll go with the high quality watch that hits all the right notes as long as it's good quality, right? You know, there's only to a certain point Rolex and AP can increase their prices until people say, you know what, just go fuck yourself. I'm not gonna play games with you. Oh, you're not gonna sell me Royal Oak because you want to sell me some other watches. Go fuck yourself. You know, whatever. I'll just get Alpine Eagle. I don't give a fuck about your history. You know, like it's all relevant. It's how much abuse are you willing to take as a you know, somebody who loves watches. Number one, I like watches. Like the whole history angle of it, that's it's all great, but to a certain degree. I'm not gonna be fucking, you know, on both my knees fucking licking a sales associate's ass, you know, bringing in Krispy Kreme and stuff, like, please take all my money just so you'll sell me one of your watches. Get the fuck out of here, you know. So I don't know. I think it's just I'm very cynical in this. I mean, private gentleman. I mean, how much abuse are you willing to take to buy a hyped Steel Sports wristwatch?
Well, I'm not. So as I told you in the WhatsApp, I got offered Explorer 2, a white dial, and
That's right. Do you want to share that story?
Yeah, I went and bought it, and I went there with my wife, had a lovely afternoon, and I kept it for 2 days. I wore it, and there was a 30-day refund guarantee. Some people say that they don't refund, but they do. I mean, some authorized dealers do. And I couldn't read the watch at night. My wife was going on about me having a white-faced watch, and I was quite surprised. No wait list, no sucking up, nothing. I walked in. She said she'd get me in 6 weeks. I didn't have to buy anything. I had some previous history with cheaper watches, about $4,000 or $5,000 worth, about 10 years ago with them. I was still on the account, so that may have helped. Anyway, I bought the watch. I went through all the bells and whistles. I've got the pictures for you to have a look at, my wife and I, of the day out, and with the, you know, we had champagne, and that was lovely. But I couldn't read the watch at night. It was so dull. So I think you're better off with the black one, which seems to be more popular now. So especially in the new model.
I think so.
It's got a glossier face and something to do with the face. Yeah.
And no black paint on the hands.
I don't know what it is, but it's harder to get at the moment. Anyway, I went back 3 days later and I said, I'm sorry, can I have a refund? And I've been heartbroken since. So I'm pretty gutted.
You refunded the white dial Explorer too?
Yeah, I wasn't going to flip it. You know, I can't do that.
You weren't going to flip it, exactly. No. Very cool.
No,
you just returned it.
2 or 3 of the YouTubers have been caught doing that in the last 18 months here, the new guys, and you'll be immediately BB'd if you get caught. So I can't do that. I think they were surprised that I did bring it back, even though I did get an offer from a mate of mine, and I took them a load of chocolates to say thank you for the way you treated me.
Yeah.
You know, $100 of chocolates for a Rocher.
Yeah, for the trouble.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
You know, and they were ever so nice about it, you know, but
did you talk to them about the black one? Maybe.
Yeah, you have to wait for that a little bit longer. And the engineering and the quality absolutely blew me away. In fact, when I put my Tudors on afterwards, I felt really alien to them for some while, for about 4 days, because I mean, you have to give it to the big brother the engineering and the cutting and the polishing and the edges. You can see. I was analysing the watch in bed and looking at it all through the night, you know, just staring at the thing. And for hours on end, and I got it. It's about, I would say, between at least 40% better engineering than the Tudor all day long.
On certain models, I think the new monochrome is catching up, because the monochrome.
I wouldn't say that. I'm sorry. I hate to disagree with you on your own show.
Really?
But
No, hey,
as,
you're free.
you know, as a mark of respect, I would say that they're nowhere near. I've got to be
near.
no. I've got to come down to earth now and put my backside on the chair and be honest that no, absolutely not. I understand. The only place where it let itself down was the centerpiece of the clasp. The center bit
the clasp
of
on
the
the
clasps
Rolex
are awful
is
compared to Tudor. You know, the bit
Mhm.
inside the claw piece.
Ball bearings.
Yeah, they should have the ball bearings instead of that hook type of thing that they've got in there.
Yeah.
You
It's
know?
so much easier on the hand to open.
Yeah.
Just
But
very quickly here, we got a super chat from PG.
oh yeah,
$5
thank
says,
you.
Tim, every time I put on an AP, Angel earns its wings. World peace gets one step closer. And we as a species are closer to perfection. This is why. Nice. Nice. Look, I'm not disagreeing that like AP, they're a really good watch, right? But there is like, you have to be reasonable with all these things, you know? Like, yeah, it's good, but like these other brands, they're creating incredible stuff as well. And there's watches outside of steel sports wristwatches, right? There's other angles to collect. You know, not everybody don't have to follow the same trend. You know, instead of following the trend, and like PG, he's obviously joking here, because PG, he's a man of of really good taste, and he has he has watches from so many different brands. He's not just chasing AP, and I think that's why AP is so generous with him, because AP treated PG really well. They sold him the watches that he wanted without having to, get bullshit. He only got the really, really, really good stuff, and you know, he got his APs. And what did he stop collecting there? No, he's continuing to buy watches from every brand. He just recently picked up this incredible Chrono Swiss, the Purple Rain, incredible stuff. And he's got the Danish watch brand, that I had, the Dial Artist, who collaborated with Holthridges. It's a 3D printed titanium watch. The guy is collecting a variety of watches, and he didn't overpay. And that's why I was warning Feifel. Hey, listen, you don't want to overpay. You don't want to come off as desperate, because like buying the cheapest AP, you just come off as like somebody who's really desperate and just wants to like get the watch to fit in, and you don't have the money to get the like the really good one, right? The proper one, which costs about 60,000 US. It's twice. So save your money. The advice is, dude, you're not going to be satisfied. Number one, he's not going to be satisfied buying the cheapest one. It's a terrible reason to do it. Save your money, put it in stocks, and in 3 years, the prices will drop on the APs, and your money will go up. And in 3 years, you'll be able to buy the AP of your dreams.
Not in stocks, but I would buy gold. I would buy gold.
Buy gold or buy gold. Yeah,
if you have spare money, I'd buy gold. Buy gold watches, solid gold watches, all in strap and case.
Exactly. You know? James, the advisor, Chopards makes their own meta. Oh, they make their own metal. Okay, AP has someone else make it, and for that price, it might help make a decision for some. Exactly, right? It's not like Chopard is some bullshit, knockoff brand, right? Some nonsense. No, Chopard has incredible history and heritage in watchmaking. It's no slouch.
You
And
buy Chopard, you buy Girard Perregaux. You know that somebody's thought about buying the watch. They thought about it. They're genuine enthusiasts and watch collectors. You know that you're dealing with somebody that isn't playing. In my opinion, my humble opinion,
you know, Chopard was founded in 1860s, right? As a precision pocket watchmaker. They were known back in the day as some of the first ultra. They were known for their ultra thin pocket watches, right? Family owned today, right? Uh, by a family in Germany. It's just, come on. They established their own manufacturer in Fleurier in 1996, right? And they're making in-house movements, right? They have the LUC brand, which is named after their founder, Louis Ulysses Chopard. And they have Geneva seal finish watches. Like, come on. It's not it's not bullshit. It's a serious thing. The Happy Diamonds is icon. Milli Miglia icon. Alpine Eagle now is becoming an icon. They're both a watchmaker and high jewelry mason, right? And if you don't know about high jewelry, the high jewelry actually is coming back. Big jewelry pieces are making a big comeback. Like, I know watches are hot right now, but the cool thing about jewelry is that it doesn't need maintenance. Like,
that's an interesting point by Mike there in the chat. Can he tell us what manipulated by WS? I don't know whether that is a surname of somebody
Wall Street.
or.
I think he says Wall Street.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, sure. I've got it now. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Gold right now is at
interesting.
3,600.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dollars.
Holy.
Yeah.
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 I don't know. The thing with gold is that there's only so
Yeah. Thank you,
much.
Mike. Thank you. Yeah.
See, I trust gold more than I trust Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is digital, whereas gold is an actual product, right? And
Well,
it has
it's a
real life
thing.
application.
Yeah, it's a thing that I have with my brother. You can have gold is something in your hand. Do you not think that Bitcoin is thin air?
Yeah.
What is it? What have you got
It's just
apart
a
from
piece
an
of code.
electronic IOU of some
It's
kind?
an electronic IOU.
Yeah.
It's a digital piece of code that doesn't actually have any type of a real world application.
I think these credit
and if
cards
some type of a
size
war breaks
bars
out,
of gold are the ones. I think a piece of gold seems to me to be the most comforting thing, especially when you're talking about an old man like me. So.
and the thing with code is code could be lost, or a country.
Oh yeah, there was a guy locally here in the paper, 50 miles up the road. He had 40 million on codes on a drive, and it's in a municipal tip somewhere.
Yeah.
About 60 miles from London. And they won't let him in there to search for it from a computer.
It's gold. It's gone. It's gone, basically. Hey, shout out to Dingo Dave. George Varghese disagrees. He says Fike gold. Bitcoin is better.
Okay.
Bitcoin is limited in production. Yeah, Bitcoin is limited in production as well. But the thing is, you can create other codes. Like you can create there's Ethereum, there's all types of other codes. Obviously there's only one Bitcoin, but the thing is with gold, yes, there's also other precious metals, but gold has very unique properties that makes it actually useful in
Actually, I
creation,
could
like
do
in
with George at the
computers.
moment. I've got to have a wisdom tooth out in a couple of weeks, so
Mhm. Oh, really?
I'm not looking forward to it. No.
Now you're getting the wisdom teeth pulled out?
Yeah, 65. Yeah, one wisdom tooth right at the back, apparently.
Wow. That's that's a little bit late to do
Yeah,
it, but hey, I guess you have to do it sooner. The sooner you do it, the better, I guess.
charming. Thank you.
Yeah.
You have that smile on your face.
Yeah. So
It's like the scene out of Marathon Man with Laurence Olivier and Dustin Hoffman.
hmm.
That was all about gold and diamonds. Are you safe?
Speedy Hernandez says he put all his money in rare flavor Oreos. They're the beanie babies for new millennium. A lot of
Right.
this
Well,
stuff.
I'm soaked, Timmy, so I'm going to have to go and have a bath now. It's been torrential
Okay.
rain here all day. I
That's
thought
all
I'd come
cool.
and keep you company for half an
Yeah, it's
hour.
all cool. It's all cool. Yeah. Hey, private gentleman.
Yes,
Oh, I
sir.
forgot to pin the link. I'm an idiot. Guys, I'm gonna drop the link if anybody wants to join the stream to chat watches. Private gentleman's gotta go. I'm gonna
Yep.
go back to the Phillips auction. I've got a lot of stuff to talk about over
Okay.
here.
God bless. Good night
So,
to you all. Take care.
yeah, shout out to Dingo. There you go. That was a bit of love for Mr. G. Good night, private gentlemen. Let's go back here to more controversial topics like the Alpine Eagle. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go to this one. The Aquanaut, the Patek Philippe Aquanaut in rose gold, baby. What a beautiful. This is a beautiful piece. I actually think the rose gold variant feels better than the steel. I like the steel one more. I just wish that the steel had the heft of gold because, man, if you ever held a steel Aquanaut in your hand, it just feels cheap and nasty because it's so light. But I guess that's its advantage. You want a light watch on the wrist. You don't want to be. I'm just saying because just kind of in the moment rose gold feels so much more substantial 'cause it's got that heft, the warmth of gold. It's hard to beat, and that's why the Patek Philippe Aquanaut is such an icon. This one was estimated to sell between 30 and 60,000. Ended up going for 76,200. That is insane, absolutely insane. But I'm not surprised. And by the way, if Tim G was here, he would very quickly notice that this is the old model. And the way you know that this is the old model is because on the rotor, the cutouts they're shaped like a V and not rounded. That tells you whether it's a if it's a hacking or non-hacking, plus like 20 other patented improvements or improvements. I mean, like, who really cares? It's all. It doesn't really matter. Does it hack or not hack? Personally, if my AD sold me a steel Aquanaut tomorrow at retail, I wouldn't really care whether it was quick set or not quick set. I would take the old gen. I don't really care about this stuff. Hey, shout out to DC in LV who's been a member for 49 months. Hey, Tammy, hope all is well. Great to see some OGs and new names in the chat. Tammy continues to be the energizer bunny of the streams. Keep it up. Thank you. Thank you so much, DC. Appreciate your continued support. Continue to watch these streams and continue the debate going and just the conversation about watches. I love watches, and I love discussing all of the kind of watch related stuff, because I've been really thinking deeply about watches. Now I'm on the third day of water fast. I haven't had food for 3 days now, so I'm sorry if I'm being a little bit snappy at some of the stuff. It's because I'm thinking about this stuff in a slightly different way, right? Like, why do we want the Royal Oak over the Alpine Chopard Alpine Eagle? Why do we want why do we need a Royal Oak? Do we need an Aquanaut? Like, do we really need the Aquanaut? Or should we just buy something else, something other watch brand that that fulfills that need in a different way? Okay, so that's the Aquanaut, beautiful watch, by the way. Here's an AP. Now watch this. This is a disaster, in my opinion, because this is a Royal Oak Tourbillon chronograph, reference number 25977 SD. This sold for 48,260 Swiss francs. 48,000. That's like 55 US. And that's an AP chrono with the tourbillon. Holy shit. It's on the rubber strap, and it's a manual wind. Now let's check who made this chronograph for them, because it's incredible. It was sold in 2008, right? It's got the iconic Royal Oak look, but on the rubber strap and the tourbillon. So let's see here what it says. Produced for only a decade, from 2003 to 2013, the reference 25977 was made in extremely small numbers, reserved for Audemars Piguet, most discerning clientele, rarely seen on the market. This grail-worthy Royal Oak is as much a demonstration of horological virtuosity as it is highly collectible icon for connoisseurs. Now, the sad part is that this tourbillon watch goes for the same money as the 15202. How crazy is that? Now, see, back in the day, you had to lick your sales associate's boots to get this. But now it's just dropped so much in value that barely anybody wants it. That's why it's dangerous to chase the hypes, and dangerous to actually if these ADs sense that they have leverage over you, they'll squeeze you for every dollar. Okay, you got to be really careful. Let's see. Watchaholic says Patek will increase prices next week. 5167R will be 58,000 plus sales tax. Oh yeah, I think Alex asked me what do I think about Patek increasing prices by 15% next Monday. I don't think it will affect them that much. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What are my thoughts? On what? On what? From which angle? What does it mean for the brand? What does it mean for me? Well, for me, I just want one watch. I just want the Aquanaut in steel. So yeah, 15%. I don't want to pay 15% more. That's a problem. But that might actually mean it could get easier for me to get it, or maybe not. Maybe it's gonna get even more difficult to get Aquanaut now. But other than that, I'm not in that price point to really care. I think the price increase will make Patek even stronger than before, and some other brands will suffer. Hey, Beanie Baby Investor, Double D, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Pretty good. How are you? My volume okay and everything?
Fantastic. Oh yeah, really, really good.
Cool.
Let's do a wristwatch check. What you're wearing there?
I'm wearing the cheapest Vacheron that you can get.
The cheapest steel sports Vacheron that you can get, and
Just to go
not because
against what you were saying earlier. Don't buy the cheapest version of anything. Well, this is the cheapest Vacheron that you can buy.
no. I didn't. I said don't buy the cheapest version if what you actually want is the most like the most
Right.
expensive or the mid-range version.
Yeah. I was just giving you a hard time. I got your point.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
If you want something and you have the ability to save for it and things like that, you should use your time and focus on what you want and not just get some. It's like people who buy 6-cylinder Mustangs. It's like you wanted the V8, but you couldn't afford the V8 at the time, so you just bought the 6-cylinder because it's cheaper, but it looks like a Mustang, but it's not a Mustang. That type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's why when he because like if he wanted the 15300, he wouldn't be asking me. He would have just bought it, right?
I would guess. I don't pretend to know what but it all comes back to buy what you like and don't really worry about really anything else. But if somebody if the hype is leading you down one road, you're not going to be happy in the long run if you buy something that just satisfies that hype craving in the moment. Like you were saying, it's like, oh, everybody's got a Rolex and I get offered a Rolex I don't really want and it's not going to look good on me, but at least for 2 weeks I'll be able to say that I bought a Rolex, and then 2 weeks later you have buyer's remorse and you're all pissed off and all that stuff. So
Exactly. It's like when Woody in New Jersey was offered a white dial Datejust.
yeah.
The watch he didn't want. He got on the list for Submariner, and they're like, "Oh yeah, hey, we have this white dial Datejust. You want it?" And he's like, "What do you do? It's hard to get any Rolexes nowadays. Do you get something over nothing, or what do you do?"
Mm-hmm.
And we told him, no, don't fucking buy it. Don't
But
buy stuff that you don't want.
That comes with age and experience. I mean, because I say it like I would never do that, but I've done it. I've done it many, many times. When I first started doing this, it was just like, what can I afford? And what's the flashy, or not the flashiest, but that gets the most cachet of what I can afford. And that's what I would buy, not because it's exactly what I wanted. It's what I could afford. And it's kind of what I wanted, but not really, but it's good enough for now. And if I wouldn't have done that, I'd probably be owning, a bunch of Langes and FP Jorns by this point in time, because I wasted so much money buying shit I didn't want. But that comes with age.
And also, what is the definition of afford? See, you have roommate, can you bring me a Celsius?
That's a good point.
Take that. Yeah. Take that away. The definition of afford, right? For some people, because it's really important. Because like number one, you're making sure that your finances are intact, that you can, pay for the house, the whatever stuff. You got your investments going. Number one, you're investing. There's people like me, for example, like, hey, all my money are in watches. For me, what I can afford is like, because some people might spend all the money that they have in the bank just to get a watch, right? This is how people. There's people in debt. There's people in $50,000, $100,000 debt, and they're buying watches because, oh, wait, I can afford it because my credit card limit says I still have 10,000 on it, right? Think about it. I bought my first Submariner on the credit card. I had no money. I may have had 2,000 in the bank or something like that, just surviving, but I didn't have nothing. I just put it on the credit card, and I've been kind of building from there. So what afford is really important. Number one, don't chase watches because these are luxury purchases, right? And you've done really well, I think, in your collecting.
Oh, thank you.
I'm drinking
fat.
a Celsius. Is it okay to drink a Celsius?
It's your fast, man. There's no rules. You do what you want.
I'm just thinking, I need some energy.
There you go.
You
got to be careful. Be careful with the energy drinks when you're not eating any food because they're going to hit your system differently. They're going to process differently. So just don't drink a lot of those during a water fast. Is the only thing I would advise you on. Not a lot of caffeine because you just really don't know how you're going to react to things. Could make you sick. You just be careful.
He says you're definitely breaking your. I haven't drank one yet. Though this has 0 calories. How am I breaking the fast if I'm drinking this one? You sure?
Well, Lori has 0 calories too, but it's still eating.
Okay, here, take this away. Take it away. No, I can't. No Fold says don't drink it. Okay.
You know that celery is I think it's the only food that you can eat that you burn more calories eating it than you take in when you're actually eating it. It's like one of those things that you're actually burning. Same thing with apples, I think, or something like that. You could starve to death if all you ate was apples. I don't know. It's you can look it up. It's weird. It's one of those weird things that the way it processes and stuff. But anyway, to go with Dingo, I agree with you, Dingo. I've also made huge mistakes that because I thought I wanted something and I really, really wanted it. And then I went out and I got it. And then 2 years later, I was like, oh, I didn't really want that. But yeah, so it's a collecting journey. But anyway.
And exactly right. Like I think, and we've made the mistakes. And we can try to help and guide some of these guys. Think about it. If he can't afford the Royal Oak that he probably wants, which is probably the 15202, right? Because he's getting the cheapest one. Oh, and it is a swap dial as well. Swap dial and hands. What does that mean? Right?
No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Well, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go.
I was just going to say, there's also another element that you got to kind of consider is like that. Not if everybody had their druthers. I mean, you wake up one day, you're like, I like watching. Not everybody's in Zuckerberg territory where it's just like whatever I dream up, I can buy, or I just have to wait a little while and get it. The money is not a factor. There's other people who are never going to have a safety net enough that buying a Royal Oak is ever going to be feasible. It's just the way the world works. There's different income brackets. There's different things. But if you are in the bracket where you can safely save to get the watch that you want, you should wait and get the watch that you want. If you're not in that bracket, then examine other options to where you are. And if you can be happy with the build quality and the things like of a Alpine Eagle or something like that, then focus on that. But if it's not going to make you happy, then just don't get a watch at all. Because spending $10,000 on something that isn't as good as what you dreamed of in your head is nonsensical. Just save that money, use it for something totally different and move on.
And I think, I think it's a really good point. Like you need to examine why do you want it? I think this is something that a lot of people forget to ask themselves. Not only what they want, but why they want it. You have to examine your own head and think about wait a second, why does it have to be a Royal Oak? Right? Like why does it have to be a Royal Oak? Like you didn't buy a Royal Oak. You could buy a Royal Oak if you wanted to, right? You could.
Yeah.
You could get 15202 from Chrono 24 or from the European watch company if you wanted to.
If I wanted to move some money around, yes, I could do that. Yes.
Yeah, you could. But you're not going to do that because
No.
you understand that your wants are not smart in the financial situation, because
Correct.
because this is money. Like, you have to be willing to lose this money. This 60,000.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
You're this is not an investment. And you also have to understand, hey, there might be a service that 15300 is notorious for breaking. I've heard so many horror stories. These guys, they get a 15300 and it just breaks. Even Red Shovel had the
Yeah.
chrono. It broke. He serviced it, instantly broke a second time. So I think it's important to understand.
Yeah.
Are you just chasing hype because Royal Oak is really hyped? I think it's a smarter financial decision if you can't get, and like, in order to be able to afford the $60,000 Royal Oak, you should have 10 times that amount saved in the bank, in probably in other assets, in like
Whew.
whatever, in your retirement.
10 times. I would, if you're going to go and put cash down on a $60,000 watch.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, minimum. I mean,
Minimum.
20 times is probably.
Yeah.
Probably where you should be. I mean, that's even, you know what I mean? Like, that's the one that I don't have 20 times in my, in the bank to, or maybe I would go, I don't want a Royal Oak, but maybe I would go buy a Patek or something like that. But for my comfort level, and again, I'm preaching as if I didn't make all these mistakes myself.
Yeah.
I had 3 Rolex GMTs at one point in time. I didn't want 3 Rolex GMTs at one point in time, but they kept calling me for them, and everybody kept, the hype was there. So I kept, getting them. Now, luckily, that turns into a good financial situation, not a bad one. But, so that's helped me get, some of the other stuff I got. But yeah, like, I mean, I've learned, because I've done all this stupid shit that you can do. I'm just lucky enough that I haven't made any moves that were so egregious that it really hurt me financially. But that's because, to your point, I've never purchased something that is like, I would never go sell a stock that's doing well to go buy a watch. But if I sold one, like, let's say I had a really good windfall, like I bought, Nvidia at pretty good or at price or whatever, and let's say we sold that, and I had 7,000 left over or something like that, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna treat myself because that worked out. I still invested the rest. Sure, I'll go buy an Alpine Eagle or some shit like that. But that's kind of where I fall in my watch collecting these days, because I'm old and I got to think about retirement.
Exactly. Everybody should be thinking about retirement. And especially when you're young, think about it. I don't know anything about Faithful. What if he's some 25-year-old, right, that has 30,000 to spend, and he's just kind of getting by? Bro, you put 30,000 in some type of a stock situation, 30 years later, you're going to be a millionaire. Well, maybe not a millionaire, but like you're going to make so much money. But if you put it in those safe, what do they call it? The top 500.
In blue chip stocks, it should double every 7 to 10 years. So if if you're 30 years old and you retire at 60 and you put 30 grand in, that should turn into 120 grand by the time you retire.
Yeah, exactly. So putting it in a Royal Oak with a swap dial, and not even the one, you're not gonna get cool. That's the thing. Other people don't give a shit what watch you wear, right? Like that. Like, that's just the reality. I've seen so many times people buy the most expensive, ridiculous watches, and a lot of the times, other people just tell me like that person is a douchebag, and it's like, bro, like, you spend thousands of dollars and you just end up looking like a douchebag to other people. It's fucked up. Never buy watches to impress other people. Buy watches to impress yourself, to satisfy the needs that you have. If you like watches, buy watches. If you want the Royal Oak because it was the Gerald Genta design, yeah, sure, go ahead, buy it, because you're buying it as a collector, as a piece of history, as something, as an asset. 15300, I think, is going nowhere. It's like this. It's like this Tourbillon
Ugh.
EP, right? There's people who ugly, right? Ugly.
Offshores are like, I don't get it at all. I mean, I respect anybody who likes them. That's fine. Everybody does different taste. I don't get it.
This is not offshore.
It's not?
No, it's the Royal Oak Chrono.
Well, it looks like an offshore.
On the rubber strap.
Oh, well, looks like an offshore.
Offshore is. I don't think it's offshore. Hold on. Let me check here. No, it's a Royal Oak Tourbillon chronograph. Offshore is. Yeah, it's not an offshore.
Doesn't it look big and chunky like an offshore? AP is like the least thing I know about. So
yeah. No, you see, the thing is with the offshores, they have different pushers, and they have different dial, and just they're slightly different. Here, let me go to.
I like DC and LV's comment.
Here, let me show. Oh yeah, what did he say?
He said, a man with zero financial acumen retired at 30. We're clearly doing something wrong. I agree with you. I'm sitting here worried about everything and anything. I read I wake up and it's just my whole morning is just what the fuck just happened and everything. Yeah. I have no hair anymore. You know, it's just, yeah. I've stressed myself away.
Guess what? Double D? You can't lose something that you don't have.
Yeah.
You see that it makes you stronger. These things, losing things, just makes you stronger. You know that a lot of these Stoics back in the day, even like the super wealthy ones, they gave up everything just so to basically teach themselves resilience and to be able to control their emotion and control their stuff. Because like when you have stuff and it's taken away, it could be really devastating on the mental psyche.
Yeah.
Like I have some hair. I don't know. I don't know whether I'm losing it or not, or if I'm gonna lose it. I honestly I don't give a fuck. You know.
Now, if you made it to 35 with that hair, it'll slowly recede, but you won't lose it all.
But I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. If I lose it, I lose it. It's whatever. Yeah, I lost half of. I was born with half vision, right? I can't see on one eye, right? So I'm already half. I lost half of my vision, and if I lose all my vision, okay, whatever. You know, it'll be struggle, but I'm doing this fast right now. I have no food, and I'm feeling great. It's like you can't be controlled by this stuff. You know what I mean? You have to be happy. Be with nothing, because eventually you can't take this stuff with you when you die.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, by the way, on the vision front, I read not too long ago that a couple people who were born blind, they figured out how to restore their vision when they were like 25 years old. They injected something into their eyes or something like that, and it restored their vision to 60%, something like that.
Well, why did they lose vision?
They were born blind.
Oh, but because I was born blind because of the Chernobyl.
Yeah, I didn't.
Maybe they were born like blind naturally.
Tim, I'm not a doctor. I read the headline of the article and then about a paragraph in, and I was like, cool. I'm glad they can see again. I have no idea what the ins and outs of it were.
So you see this chronograph?
Yeah.
That's the Royal Oak chrono. It's on the leather strap though, and in gold. But that's the kind of thing we're looking at over there.
Oh, I see. Okay, I get you.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me see. Is there a modern version of the chrono with the tourbillon? I don't actually look at this. They're not making a chrono tourbillon at the moment. But then offshores, let's pull up an offshore. See, they no longer make rubber strap on the chrono. These are offshores. You see it? The offshores have now these square pushers, and they have a lot of exotic
Yeah,
material.
I get it. Yeah, a little more, than the different color or the different material bezel and such on some of them.
Yeah, yeah, slightly different. Slightly different. But anyways, going back here, this thing tanked. Okay, tanked. George says Tim is the Buddha of the watch YouTube.
You know what? I mean, it's funny and it's ridiculous, but comparatively speaking to the other YouTubers, you're probably the most zen of all the different watch YouTubers. Some of them are pretty high strung.
A what? How?
You know what I mean? They're just like all, like, I don't know, loud, wound too tight, get angry easily, all that kind of stuff. You have your explosions.
They're
but
drinking Kool-Aid a little bit too much.
Yeah.
They're too vested in it. Like I'm
Yeah.
not vested in it that way, right?
Right.
It's, I get my income in a different way, right?
Yeah.
They're either sponsored by the brand, so that they have certain interests in making sure certain narratives win out. Whereas my priority is the well-being of the watch collectors, right? I'm paid by the viewers who watch the show, who are in it for the love of the hobby. Uh, so it's like my incentives are completely different. And now, how did we arrive here? I think I was always like this, and I chose to do the watch hobby from this angle, right? A lot of people were telling me to go out and do the sponsor. Let me get more water here, okay? Let me just put more. No, I'm not drinking Celsius. No Fold said it's gonna break the fast, so no Celsius. All right, so just water. So I don't know. If I was gonna create a watch company, I would create a watch company. I was gonna do it, but I don't know. I think I found my niche. I'm happy doing stuff the way I like doing, and I like exploring and just talking to people and trying to get to the bottom of what is it, what do we do, and why do we do it? Why do we collect? Why do people collect? Why do we collect? Why do I collect? Why do I like watches? Stuff like that.
Hobbies, boredom. I mean, I don't know. Oh, that's a nice Daniel Roth. I like that.
Look at this. 82,500. Holy
Man, I wish I would have bought a Daniel Roth 3 years ago.
right? They were basically worthless at that time.
And I liked them too. I was just, I don't know, just never went down that road.
That's the thing. You see, you never know what's going to be valuable in the future. And look, people looking back at the people who are chasing this hype of number one steel sports brand at this, they might look back at this and think, well, we're a bunch of clowns. Like, why did we care so much about who did what first? Because in 20 years, the paradigm is going to be so different.
Yeah.
And this was probably you could have bought this for like 20K.
Well, this is a tourbillon, so probably not 20K. But...
Oh shit! It is. Oh, but it's not the greatest looking tourbillon. They took a wrong picture as well.
I respect so much more when watch companies put the tourbillon where you can't see it and just use it for its function than the ones who like showcase it and say, look at me, I have a tourbillon. Don't get me wrong. I like looking at a tourbillon too. I think it looks cool. It's a cool complication. But this is some level of respect where you're just like, yeah, this is a tourbillon and look how classy, this is. I like it. I like this a lot.
It's cool. I think Laurent Ferrier does that a lot. They put the tourbillon in the back for the function. Yeah. And this is, what is this? Annual calendar with retrograde. Oh, no. Perpetual calendar with the tourbillon.
Perpetual calendar. How big is this? This is, oh my God, did they cram a lot into this?
Right? Let's see. 41 mil.
That's a
with
lot in a 41 mil.
41 by 44. They don't say what the thickness is. 15 pieces limited edition, made for the brand's 15th year anniversary. The present lot features a platinum case,
Yeah,
with
it's badass.
15 years engraved on the case back, along with a distinctive silver guilloche dial marked by 15 engravings on the second subdial, making it an early piece, especially collectible. Oh
When you
yeah,
show up, when you show up in a watch collecting event with this, I'm not saying there won't be anybody who has something as good, but there's going to be nobody with anything better than this. This is freaking awesome.
dude, heavy hitter, and it sold for 82,500. I think that's still very cheap for what this is, right? A lot of like modern tourbillons sell for over 100 grand.
Platinum tourbillon. I mean,
Yeah.
perpetual calendar platinum tourbillon.
Yeah, I think
There's
AP,
nothing else left.
dude, AP recently came out with a collection of new Code 1159 tourbillons.
Ooh.
Yeah, look at these.
Ugh.
Uh,
Ugh.
you know, they're kind of taking off as well. I think what's his name was spotted wearing one.
Yeah. John Mayer.
John Mayer, yeah, he was spotted wearing one.
At least he wasn't wearing the purple one. Didn't he have like the isn't there a gray dial one or the green? Which one did he have on?
I think he had Jade.
Oh, was it? Okay. I for some reason I didn't think it was any of these, but okay.
No, it's not. It's not actually this one. Oh shit! Look at this. There it is.
Oh yeah. See, that's not any. Oh yeah. So it's like a unique one for him, right?
Good question. Let's see here on the light. Oh, and let's see. Flying Tourbillon, 18 karat gold piece, unique. Yeah.
Oh, yep. There you go. Yeah. They don't actually. Yeah, because I knew it wasn't any of the colors that we were just looking at.
The turquoise dial, of course. Of course, they made a piece unique for John Mayer.
I really don't like it. I really don't like it.
Now, I wonder, let's see here. There's a Reddit post. And let's see here. There's somebody took this picture. Where's this picture come from then? I tried it on back in June. It was awesome. Oh my God. Somebody tried it on and passed on it. And then John Mayer bought it.
No.
Wow. What a,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wait a second. So it's a piece unique, but John Mayer bought it pre-owned or like
No. Somebody at the boutique tried it on and they didn't like it. And then, so I guess they didn't make it exclusive for John Mayer. They just made one. Okay, let's see it.
Or this person is full of shit and that is an AI generated something or other.
Doesn't look AI.
No, I agree. But what strap does John Mayer have on it? Because it looked different when John Mayer was wearing.
You can change straps. He has it on the different one. Yeah, he has it on like a toupee type of strap. Looks like a custom strap actually. Something that because the strap that it comes on, it's a little bit too much. It's Tiffany on Tiffany. Right? Nice as fuck. Let's see here. Thanks. Only tried it on. His strap is different, but pretty sure it's the same watch. You see it? John Mayer paid to wear the APs.
That's wild.
And just like that, tennis at F1 stars. He's probably been asking to take a very deliberate swing. Okay, that's just nonsense. Okay, it's probably the same one. Look, I believe it. Like, look, there's a completely different wrist here. And if they know that that's a piece unique, the guy only tried it on, so he probably couldn't afford it. And it's a big risk to take. See it, like, because it's John Mayer, that's going to do good for the brand. But yeah, now they they released these. Let me bring this up. So
wait a second. I got one question about those pictures that were up with the
Yeah.
John Mayer photo. Why does one have a different dial than the other?
So that this is at the bottom. That's from the website, I guess, or something, because that's just a clean dial here. I don't know. That's not accurate. I wouldn't go by these pictures. I think somebody computer generated these two images here and the
Okay.
bottom one, because
Okay.
that's the true picture, and then they
Right.
use the colors to kind of create what it looks like.
So it does have that stone looking, like the fake cracks and stuff in it.
Yeah, it looks like this.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. 'Cause there's where would they get these images?
No, I know. Hey, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
I
No,
think
that's a good point. That's an important question, because there's probably people watching. They're saying the same thing to themselves.
I really don't like this at all.
Now, when it comes to these are limited to 150 pieces each. Okay, the green, the red, and the blue one. Now let's see what stones are used here. So it says blue is sodalite, green
Okay.
is malachite, and ruby root stones. 18K gold hour and minute hands with loom. They're gonna be retailed for 140,000 Swiss francs.
Get the fuck out of here. Jesus Christ.
How are they gonna sell this? 150 pieces in each stone. That's what is that? 450 tourbillon movements. Like, how are they supposed to sell this? What is that really? Are they really going to be able to sell 450 of these
Yes.
watches?
The answer is probably yes, but that's almost unfortunately the answer, in my opinion. But I mean, it's AP, so would you rather buy $100,000 worth of like jewelry and other shit, or you can have a tourbillon and then I'll sell you a Royal Oak? I don't know.
That's crazy. Is this what you have to buy to get a Royal Oak in the future?
I don't know. I mean, if they start selling on their own, then no. But if these become harder to sell, then they always have that leverage to say, well, I can't sell you this, but why don't you buy this? You don't care about money. Like, it doesn't mean anything to you. Anybody who buys $140,000 watch probably doesn't care about buying two of them, usually.
I don't even think this is good design on this one. I've seen they have better code 1159s. Honestly, these are not well designed. Let's just hold on a second. Look, let's go back here.
The only one that I can say I honestly actually like is Humble Pines. I like Humble Pines.
Star Wheel.
The Star Wheel. I legitimately like it, and I didn't think I would, but when I saw it in person, I was like, okay, this is cool. But I've seen some of these other ones in person, and I don't, the size, the competition that they go up against from other brands, I don't like it.
Oh my god! I think they discontinued the Star Wheel.
No, I was on the right hand side. No, scroll down. I was on the right. Yeah, right there.
Yeah, no, they have it here. Okay, they still have it. It's just the dial is too empty for me. Okay,
it's the chronograph and like the extra stuff.
Yeah, I like the chrono. This one I really like. Okay, this chrono is sick. Look at that, because there's hour markers. See, there's baguettes. These are baguette hour markers, and there's printing on there. There's subdials. This is way freaking cooler. Okay, look how cool that is with the blue ceramic mid case. That looks really fucking cool. All right, that one is nice.
$90,000 for that.
Yeah,
$90,000.
Yeah,
you can either have that or my entire collection.
I don't like it that it doesn't have hour markers. I I understand the shtick that they're trying to say here, that they're trying to keep the dial clean. But then why even have tourbillon? Also, the tourbillon doesn't even look like it's in the correct place. It's not. You see how it's higher, closer to the hand stack than to the bottom of the dial?
Yes.
Do you see here? I'll zoom it up. I'll zoom it in.
Yeah. No. I do. I definitely
see
see what they have it offset. So the hands. Yeah. I see it.
It's not properly aligned, in my opinion. You see it? Look at this. Here, I'll draw it for the people who are watching. So the gap here between the hands and the tourbillon is smaller than the gap here between the tourbillon and the base of the movement. So it doesn't look properly aligned. Like, what the fuck?
Why did they do that?
Exactly. I don't get it. I would have preferred, see, if they had hour markers here, okay, that could have somehow balanced it out a little bit, because then you're like, okay, well, they put the tourbillon kind of higher. Well, but it's just they're working with the parts that they have. That's why.
That's
so
why. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
they're
right.
like, oh, this is our movement, the generic movement, that tourbillon movement that they have, that they're putting in all watches. Let's just slap it here. We'll put a stone. Stone is really hype right now. But like, if you want the stone dial, you go get Dennison. Dennison for less than $1,000, you get the same stone. That's the irony of it all. Look how much better this would look if they put like diamonds, let's say.
I think you're exactly right. I think they took the same watch, same movement, same everything, tourbillon, whatnot, and they just decided that aesthetically they did not want to put hour markers on the stone. They wanted it to be the clean stone.
Yeah.
But that would have taken a completely redesign to drop that tourbillon window down a couple millimeters, and they weren't going to put the money in to do a complete redesign of the movement.
Yes.
So therefore, this is what you get.
Yeah. This is existing movement, and this is existing case, right?
Yep. And they just didn't want to use the markers.
And guess what? For them, this is bullshit, because for them, it's actually cheaper to do it this way. Not cheaper because the stone. By the way, this stone it's not that valuable to begin with. Like, if Andersen can make $1,000 watch, right? But to drill holes for the hour markers and then put hour markers in, and they want 140,000 for this, and then they're complaining, oh, our people don't respect the code 1159 line. Well, why would why are you even making stuff like this? This is terrible. And you can get the Humble Pine star wheel for half the price of this.
That's crazy. The fact that the one that probably the best one that they make, which is interesting, requires more technological advancements and everything like that. That it's that makes no
sense.
With a
Vacheron dial and a much more interesting display. Bro, 62,000. What the fuck? Hey! Are they smoking weed over there at AP? What is actually going on? Were they high? I mean,
I think they're in a little bit of disarray. I think they're trying to become not a one-trick pony, and I respect the effort, because everybody should want to diversify, sell more than just Royal Oaks, all that kind of stuff. But to me, this is a miss.
Somebody take away the weed from the design department.
That's a better tourbillon than what we just saw.
Yes, right? Look at this. That's a Mont Blanc tourbillon suspendu. Holy shit. Like, tourbillon is not that special. AP is trying to whack this insane price on the tourbillon, and they think we're going to salivate. Like, we're some kind of Pavlov's dogs.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Tourbillon has become it's not even a real complication in my opinion, because there's no point to it anymore. You can make, like Grand Seiko is doing it, like Rolex is doing it. You can make an accurate watch without a tourbillon. Back in the day, the tourbillon was necessary in case you had your pocket watch sitting in the same position for the entire day, because it would rotate and change the effect of gravity on the hands and all that kind of stuff. Now it doesn't do anything. It literally doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it's not even. It's not even like the whole point of it, right, is to try and make the watch more accurate. But the watch doesn't have a fucking seconds hand, bro. So
Yeah.
how are you supposed to measure the accuracy? What the? They think we're idiots. Okay, they think we're fucking morons. Okay, it's like, oh, and by the way, I don't even think that they cost certified this shit. Let's see, is it certified to any degree? Like, there's no seconds hand. So how would you even know the accuracy, bro? They think we're stupid. It's just for aesthetics, you know.
Yeah,
They do it.
You know how they use the jewels, and everybody loves the pretty ruby looking things on the back of your watch, the 17 jewels, the 26 jewels. That used to be a necessity because they would wear better and you could get them smoother than metal. So they would have less friction, less resistance. But now with the tooling and everything that we have, it's not even necessary anymore. You could put little metal whatchamacallits in there just the same way that you could put the rubies in and have the same effect, but it doesn't look as cool. So they continue to use and by the way, they're garbage rubies. They're the rubies and whatever that come off of the like when you're cutting something for a ring and there's little chips that fall off of it. That's what gets put into these things. They're just garbage jewels. Oh. And anyway, so it's all for look. It's all aesthetics, which is fine. I like the way it looks.
It's not
cool.
even good aesthetics. They can't get the aesthetics right. Look at this one. I just noticed the blue one is totally fucked. The hands overlap the fucking tourbillon. What the?
You know what they should have done that would have taken a complete redesign is what Omega did with their one tourbillon and put it in the middle with the hands like all operating on the same pivot point as the tourbillon. That is cool.
Oh, sorry, like who?
Do you remember Omega did a tourbillon where they have the tourbillon in the middle of the dial? So the hands and everything, you know what I mean? Like if they would have put this in the center of the dial with everything rotating off of one axis.
That's sick. Yeah, that's a sick one.
But you're right. And JMB just said weak design. It's honestly, JMB, it's not a design. It's taking another movement, slapping a case on it, cutting a hole in it, and not even, you know, like that's why they did this. Somebody saw this and was like, should we redesign the movement? How much would that cost? I don't know, 50 million? No. Then the answer is no, we shouldn't.
Disaster. They should have just made more Star Wheels with different colors. I think that would have been better. But you know what? I think Star Wheels, see, this is where smart buyer is separated from the douchey hype buyer. See, this watch is for the ultra super wealthy. People for who 140,000 is nothing. It's like $5. You know, it's just like, dude, it's like it's just a cup of coffee. You know, you could just buy a fun piece that you buy while you're in Monaco, visiting. You know, to see the F1 race. You know, you just walk into the boutique and you just casually just you know, I need a watch. You know, you just buy it. Like, yeah, it's cool. It's blue. You know, that's for who it is, right? That's why we're all fucking going psychotic over here, like saying, what the fuck? What were they thinking? You know, this design is completely fucked. You know, the hands overlap, the tourbillon is not fitting in correctly. Yo, it's not for us. It's for people, and it's not even for people who care about the design. Because yesterday I was taking a look at this watch. This is the people who understand watches. This is what they're buying. Okay, that's why it's such a impossible thing to buy it. And did you see it? I don't know. I mentioned it yesterday. You made a joke about it, that this Bergeron watch, it has a hand stack that's reversed, where the
Oh yeah,
hour hand is on top
yeah.
and the seconds hand is on the bottom. And you said, oh yeah, it's like, who cares? But actually, the cool thing about this is that you see, when you got the crystal that's curved, you can curve the crystal more aggressively with the smaller hand
Right,
top, right? Because it's a shorter hand. So
right, right. You don't need the
curve,
space. Right. Yeah.
yeah, you need a lot less space. So it
The
creates,
only so the problem that I had with this, I think I mentioned in the comments too, but it was I sometimes tend to write paragraphs instead of just short comments. So sometimes I don't blame you for not reading them.
yeah,
But my criticism of this is just the way he described how it came about, which was he was almost bragging that he developed the movement and then put the case in it
yeah,
right?
yeah. That's
Well,
the bragging point.
right, but it's easier to develop a movement and then surround it with the case that looks like it than it is to develop a case and then make a movement that fits perfectly into it. So technically he's saying I did the easier of the two.
No, because you don't know if that case is going to be any good. See, it's not enough to just create a case around the movement, because that movement could have ended up being really cumbersome and ugly looking. But then, because the guy is like a scientist and an artist, he was able to. So it's not totally. See, it's a little bit misleading to say that the case is designed around the movement, because it's not totally designed. It's kind of designed, but not totally. Because there's certain, like, it goes out, it flares out in certain parts more than in other parts. See, like over here at the top, it flares out more, and then it
Right.
flares out over here, right? So it wasn't just like the movement, the dial and the case doesn't totally hug the case. It hugs it, but then it also perfects it. And he used like don't like when you look at this watch, doesn't it just look perfect? Like, there's something about it. It just, the dial and just the numbers, everything comes together in a really perfect way. Do you feel that, or you don't feel that? Do you think it's all out of whack?
No, I think it is a coherent design. I think it works well within what it is. I wasn't criticizing necessarily how he went about it. I was criticizing that he was playing on.
Yeah, you're saying, oh, it's too much of a no, but maybe we misunderstood it. Okay, so it's like this. It's not even that he didn't even say that he designed the movement for us, right?
No, he
First
did say
thing,
he
no,
said
no,
he designed.
no, but he said something even before that.
Oh, okay.
Before he even designed the movement, he created a list of things that he wanted the movement to have.
Right, which is
Right?
cool. That's
Yeah.
badass. Yeah, I do like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
He had a
Yeah.
wish list. Okay,
Yeah.
when I'm gonna make my movement, I wanted to have this. I wanted to have that. I wanted to have, I wanted to have all these things. He created a wish list. Then he created the movement, and he made sure that the movement is going to be as small as possible whilst having all of those features, right? And then he created the case around that movement, right?
Yeah, and it works. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. Yeah, it's not really my. If I had unlimited money, I would love to have something funky like this. But
Yeah.
for my personal style, it doesn't really fit. But it is like you said. You look at it and you're like, man, this shouldn't work. This should look weird to me, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
Which I
And it's
great.
because he took advantage of the Fibonacci sequence and of the golden ratio. And so because we as humans, we're built on the golden ratio. So whenever we see a golden ratio, it appeals to us.
Right.
And whenever we see things that are not, because this watch could appear in nature, right? Because nature, the way the nature works, it works on these laws of physics, right? And it makes everything comes out looking, looking like it has these things, right? These natural laws, and because the watch has natural, based on natural laws, we look at it and we can't help but like it because we are linked to it. So
Yeah.
it's interesting the way
Oh,
it's done.
You know what else I really like, and I think that well, first of all, he did go on and on about the gold spring bars or whatever, and I'm like, dude,
yeah,
nobody gives a shit about a gold spring bar.
yeah.
Nobody fucking cares. Like, I mean, literally, if that makes the watch cost $1,000 more, give me one with the steel spring bars, and I'll be just pleased. But anyway, the straps are awesome. I love the straps that he's using on these. I think that they look fantastic.
And the buckle too, right? The buckle has that same shape.
Speaking of buckles, I ordered an OEM GO buckle for my Glashuta. It's supposed to come next week, so I'll have a real Glashuta pin buckle for that instead of the aftermarket one. So pretty happy.
By
about
the
that.
way, George, I was just making a joke because he says, nobody in Monaco buys this. No, I don't know. They might actually, but I don't know. I was just making kind of a jokey type of a guess. Let's see. Let's go to the next one. Let's see some other stuff here. I like looking at variety. I think it's like seeing as many watches and being exposed to as many watches as possible makes you a much more educated buyer. And maybe
of course.
right? Maybe you're gonna chase other things when you understand it differently, right? So this one, the Mont Blanc Tourbillon, right? So get this. This is 2024 piece. Somebody just literally bought it last year. It's a number 18. I don't know why they would buy it and then immediately try to sell it. It's definitely not a flippable piece. And this tourbillon sold for 17,780 Swiss francs. It's 18,000 Swiss francs. Let's say 20,000 US.
Right.
Fuck. Right? And that's a beautiful tourbillon.
Yeah.
Minerva movement, by the way. Minerva.
It's a great looking movement. It's a really nice looking movement.
Right? And then look at this. The signature of Minerva is the devil's tail. And
nice.
Yeah. You see how they put the devil's tail on the ratchet of the manual one. This is a what's it called? The mainspring, right?
Yeah.
The mainspring ratchet. That looks so cool. The little highlight. And you can see it's got anglage, beautiful Geneva stripes, $20,000. It's Mont Blanc. But like, what the fuck? Like literally, like think about it. That's if you want the tourbillon, how is Minerva, as a movement maker, any weaker than like this tourbillon? To me, looks more pleasant than that AP nonsense, and it's got a Venturian dial, beautiful hands actually.
Yeah, it's a really well-made watch. The design is good, everything. Now there's going to be people who are like, no, I trust AP. The AP movement is better finished. All this kind of stuff. You're probably right, but $120 extra $1,000 extra on top to get the AP versus this. That's wild.
Those movements might be machine done. A lot of it is machine done.
Maybe
the tourbillon AP movement. It's mass produced. They made think about it, 450 of those stone dial code 1159s will be created.
Yeah.
400 those movements across. Yeah, there's going to be 3 stone variants of the dials, 150 pieces each, but the movements in them are identical. How would they make 450 movements? You think what, that one by one they were made at AP? No.
No.
Most
AP's
of it is machine made. All the bridges, everything is machine made, right? And then there's some hand finishing. And this is number 1 of 18 pieces limited. This Mont Blanc.
It's way more limited. I mean, it's none of these are for they're all too big for my taste anyway. But this one, I would obviously go with this one because I can't afford the other one. So
this is a 44.8
that's
mil.
huge.
Massive. It's too big. It's too big. You have to be the Terminator to be wearing something like this.
Yeah, you got to have some freaking some Neanderthal wrists on you for that one. That's massive.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Although the lug to lug, it looks like they kept the lugs very short, which is good for a 45. You have to. I mean, it still will be way too big for me. But you could probably get away with it if you had like a 7.5 inch wrist or something like that.
Yeah, you need a big wrist, not like average to big, but like number 1 of 18. Yeah, you have to have big wrist, and you have to really like Mont Blanc.
Or
and
you just
the
have
Minerva movement is a bonus.
Yeah, but if you're a super collector, like wearing that to a meetup, you don't want it to be, discreet and hiding under your cuff. You probably want people to be like, "Holy shit, you bought the 1 of 18 Mont Blanc Tourbillon?
Yeah.
What the fuck, man?"
I think, like, if you want to make a statement and you want to be remembered, and you're not going to come off as a douche either.
No,
because you're not getting like the latest hyped piece. You would come off. Actually, I think what's his face? John Mayer. He would be much cooler wearing something like this. He's a big fucking guy. I didn't realize, but he is.
Yeah, he's tall. Yeah, he's a tall dude.
massive.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Yeah, he's a big guy. This would probably look good on him. I think he would get a lot of cool. But he's AP spokesperson.
Right. Yeah, but yeah. Now that I like. I like that.
Oh, yeah. Now we're talking. Now, this is a big piece as well. It's a 42 mil, but that's a Lange 1 Perpetual calendar, number 149 out of 150 pieces, limited edition. Boom. And it's sold for, let's just say, 115,000 US. That is kind of cheap, I don't know how else to put it. Also, shout out to Lucky Bastard.
Tony.
Here's Tony. Hope you're doing well. Look at that. That is.
I mean, I love these. I love Lange, but again, the issue with Lange is like, is this better than my Glashütte? Yes. Is it $100,000 better than my Glashütte? No, it's not.
Really. You really need a Perpetual calendar. It's a bitch to set.
Yeah, it just in general, Lange is, they charge 10 times more than Glashütte does, and they're just not. Even if they're twice as good, they're not 10 times as good. You know what I mean? It's just the bang for buck goes down, the laws of diminishing returns and all that stuff.
I think this actually sold below retail.
Oh, did it really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
And they still can't get those numbers on the same plane for the date. They still haven't mastered that.
Yeah. No. No. It's just the way they design it. It's impossible. The way they want it to look. Yeah.
Complete overhaul of all of their movements to get it to. But hey, Glashütte does it. So win for them.
Hell yeah. It's a no slouch brand, I think.
I love mine. I absolutely love mine. Never once do I put it on and think, you know what? I feel less than because I don't have a Lange. I never think that.
Unfortunately, these are price upon request on the website. But there's a little ad here. Let's play it. Let's see what they show. It's a 1 minute. Let's see. Oh, automatic. I thought Lange 1 were manual wine. What the fuck is this thing automatic? What the hell? That makes no sense.
It's automatic.
Oh, and you see that they use a lot of like this proportions so that everything is aligned correctly.
Right. No, I mean they're amazing. They're amazing watches, just amazing. I have nothing bad to say about Lange other than I wish they would. With Glashütte out there, like if the funny thing about Lange and Glashütte Original is that if there was no Glashütte, no one would say. Everybody would be like, "Well, Lange is appropriately priced. Look at what they're doing." But because Glashütte Original exists, people can be like, "Well, they're doing it for like a fraction of the price, and it's not quite as good, but it's almost as good." You know, that type of thing.
George, yes, the final price does include the fees. That's why it always comes out with a weird ending there. So yeah, so it hammered probably for like 80K, and then the premium was added on top.
Yeah,
that's right. And this is well below retail because even Russell is confirming here because his rose gold version was 100,000 pounds 3 years ago.
Wow.
And that's a rose gold. So this one would be probably a little bit more. This white gold limited edition. Yeah. Limited editions are slightly.
No, it's a beautiful. I love the dial. I love the salmon dial. I'm big on salmon dials right now. So.
Oh yeah, you got the salmon dial on your.
Yeah, when I was on the Laureato. Yeah, when I was getting that, it was between that and a similar color dial of the Alpine Eagle. I was looking at both of them at the same time.
Oh, you were looking at the salmon dial Alpine Eagle.
And yeah, and you brought that up earlier. Yeah. I would not sell. I'm not selling my GP ever. I mean, unless I need the money. No, I'm thinking about getting either a gray or a green dial of the Alpine Eagle next year, maybe.
Dude, that's a good idea because they're different. Like the way they go about it is different, and you know what? They're so affordable. It's a great way to buy. They might go up in price. Like this is a great asset. You're buying it at the cheapest price possible. You never know where it's going to be in 20 years. Because if you buy it for the long haul, you buy it as a collector, it's a great, possibly even investment. Yeah, they're not going to go cheaper. That's for sure.
No, you know what? Oddly, has gone up in price on the gray market is this one.
Laureato, yeah, they're going up.
No, the Laureato too, but
the Laureato. This one,
the VC 56.
The 56, yeah.
I've been seeing them go over. Some places have them over retail, if you can believe that shit.
Whoa! I think they were discontinued or not yet, or I think they were told
maybe I didn't even look, Tim. To be totally honest with you, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just know I check the prices sometimes, and it is. I've definitely seen them for. I saw one on European Watch Company for like 16.5 or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I mean, that's a lot more than I paid for it. A lot more.
You know, the more people try it on, the more they get convinced because that bracelet, it just feels like it's made of butter.
Yeah, For a 7-link bracelet, it's nice. It's nice. But anyway, back to Lange.
There's just a few more pictures here of Lange from the side. You can see there's the pushers. There's a little stylus for you to be able to adjust it. Very nice. Some close-ups here. I think it's got a day and night indicator plus the moon phase. And dude, I'm really getting to love the moon phase. You know that? You know, I actually
Oh, I love
noticed.
it. Love the moon phase. Love
Did you
moon phase.
know? Did you know that the moon phase has like an impact on your head?
That's what they say. Yeah, I've dated enough nurses that say when a full moon comes out, they nobody wants to work the overnight shift in an ER when it's a full moon
Yeah.
because people go fucking insane.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. I've recently there was a full moon and I was doing a lot of thinking and it really fucked me up. It's true. It's true. Dude, like sometimes if you don't know it's the full moon, you got to be careful with the moon because it actually has an impact. And it makes sense. It makes perfect sense that it has an impact because we freaking people think about it. Why do wolves go out and do their thing? Oh, when it's full, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure somebody knows the answer to that, but I
Yeah,
mean,
they do. You know why? It's easier to hunt on the full moon.
oh yeah,
Wolves,
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
that's when they feed. And animals, and we're one of the species that evolved from animals, but the animals, like I'm doing a fast right now, right? I'm not eating anything. And for years we haven't been tracking the feeding cycles of these animals, but over millions of years animals have been feeding more during the full moon than
hmm
not during the full moon. So we've evolved with the moon being big part of our kind of biological chemistry. So it's a crazy stuff. Okay, it's moon and especially full moon. You know, I want to do more things now on the full moon, like just special things, like fun things, and just celebrate it much more.
Oh, but fun little known fact about wolves, since you brought up wolves.
Yeah.
One of the only animals on the earth that actually enjoys the taste of humans. Most animals think that we taste like shit. Wolves enjoy the taste of humans.
Really?
They have done studies or whatever that people do that study shit, and they say that yeah, wolves once they eat a human, they should be put down right away if they can because they will hunt more because they like it.
Interesting. I wonder why.
I don't know. Not me, man.
Huh. Funny.
Yeah.
Funny stuff.
Yeah, you know all that. Oh, and another little known fact, and you can look this up, and I'm sure people will disagree with me. The moon does not control the tides like people think.
Oh yeah?
It has nothing to do with the tides. The tides just have to do with the water displacement and the way the earth moves and all that kind of stuff. The moon does not impact the water levels the way that people think that it does.
Does
Just
it
read that.
impact? Does it impact somehow?
What I read, and this is just again, people can correct me and maybe somebody found something different, but no, it doesn't do anything. There's not enough gravitational pull to affect anything. It has to do with I forget what the words that they use, but anyway, no, it doesn't cause the tides.
Okay, so I'm just Googling over here. It says gravity pull. The moon's gravity pulls on Earth. Water is fluid, so the pull creates a bulge of ocean water on the side of the Earth closest to the moon. This is the high tide. On the far side of the Earth opposite the moon, inertia causes another bulge of water. That is why we usually see two high tides on two low tides every 24 hours. So it pulls on the earth, not the water. People think it pulls on the earth.
Yeah, maybe that. But yeah, the water reaction to it is not from the. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, it was just a neat article to read that something I didn't know before. I don't pretend to be a scientist.
Let's Google it. Let's see. What's his name? Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh yeah, he's fun. He's a fun guy to watch. he doesn't take shit from anybody. When people are talking to him and they're like, "Yeah, do you believe in aliens?" and he's like, "No, I don't."
Yeah, really? What? There has to be aliens. Come on.
He said he believes in like, because he was talking to somebody recently about the what is it, Atlas, that big object that's coming from another solar system into ours.
Oh.
Like it's only 3 times in history have an outside from the solar system come into our solar system. Objects, whatever it is. They've always been comets or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, this particular one, Atlas, isn't displaying the same properties as an object should. And everybody jumped to the conclusions that it's got to be an alien spacecraft. It's got to be an alien something. And he simply just debunked all that. And he said, you're not wrong that it could be a lot of things. And yes, one of those things it could be is an alien spacecraft. But on a list of 100 things that I could name you that it is, alien spacecraft is like 100 on the list. He goes, it more likely is this and this and this and this and this and this and this. He's like, I don't go with speculation. I go with data, and the data shows me that it's not an alien spacecraft. But anyway.
I see. Okay.
So don't worry, everybody. We're not being invaded.
We're not gonna be invaded. But if we will, I'm in for good times.
Yeah.
I wonder which watch the aliens will like the most. I'm gonna do a live stream. Yo, I'm interviewing aliens, guys. Have you heard of Gerald Genta? He was one of the renowned wristwatch designers on the planet Earth. Let's do a wristwatch check over here. Hey, Gibblety Gook, what are you wearing? And he's gonna have something of from their
well, it's got to be the Daytona, right? Like they've got to love the Daytonas because they look like they're from another fucking planet or something. You guys just said aliens wear Hublot.
Hublot. Oh.
Well, Tim, I'm gonna have to drop off. My food just got here, and I'm not gonna eat on the stream because you're fasting, and that would be torture.
You got it. Hey, I appreciate you hopping on to chat watches over here with me for a couple of minutes. Actually, a couple of hours.
It was a lot longer than I thought,
Yeah, sorry for keeping you so long. It's a hop on, hop off show. Whenever you feel like hopping on, if you see it's an interesting subject, something that you want to chat about, hop on. When you have to go, just give me the middle finger. Say, Timmy, I gotta go. Fuck you. I'm out of here. And it's all cool. Okay, I don't hold grudges.
Nope, always good talking to you. And then to chat, everybody. Tony, yes, we are going to Watch Time. You better be with us for dinner this time and bring your lovely wife because she's way more fun than you are. So, that's that type of thing.
Yo, shout out to Tony. Yeah, definitely come. And if you're going to be at Watch Time, get in touch with me. I'm trying to make a list of cool people who are coming.
Yeah, I'll be there. All right, guys. Later.
Take care, Double D. Let's listen to this thing about the tides. I just want to very quickly go over it because I don't know how it works.
And so the tide is coming in and out. That's not what it's doing. That's what it looks like to you because you have a earth human ego because everything is about you. What's actually happening is the tidal bulge of the ocean is there fixed in space with respect to the moon. Okay. It's just there. And Earth is spinning inside of that tidal bulge.
Oh,
so what's happening is you are turning into the high tide and coming out of the high tide. Tide is not coming towards you or back away from you, but it's described that way because that's what it looks like. If you're sitting on the beach.
Oh, shit. That is mind blowing. It's a completely different way that I thought it was happening. Wow. Okay. Fair enough. Thank you so much. Neil deGrasse Tyson, everybody. And actually, guys, I have to use the restroom. So give me a second here. I'm just gonna put on Alpine Eagle video for you guys. I'm gonna go use the restroom. So just give me a second. I'm fasting and drinking water.
I think the period of the launch of this Alpine Eagle collection, the values that it represents and values that we cherish is somehow interesting enough with the period we just lived through. During this particular period, people became, in general, more aware of nature because their life has been slowed down to another pace.
That feeling of being kind of left alone has forced some people to find maybe new passions, find new creative ways of doing things. And I think in terms of inspiration as well, you're able to find new ways to do things.
I was inspired also by an animal that I saw at very few occasions here in the mountains, the Alpine Eagle. And also, a bit by coincidence, we met a group of people who were about to create a foundation around the Alpine Eagle. And the Alpine Eagle became the symbol of the way we should see nature and a symbol of protecting the nature that we cherish. I was imagining the way an Alpine Eagle would see this world.
What's interesting as well to see in the animal itself is that eagles are fragile animals, but at the same time they have this immense power and strength, and I think that's reflected in nature itself. You have some things in nature that are extremely rare and extremely delicate, but they can have this strength and power that beats any human-made thing, actually. And I think we really try to reflect this in the product as well.
Alpine Eagle is meant to go on in time, to stand time. It is also a symbol of what we believe in terms of sustainability and social responsibility. In all, it's a very important milestone.
Now we hope that things are going back to the way they were before in terms of life, love, and the way we communicate, but not in terms of the way we use our resources. I trust my generation will figure out that we have to use our resources in a different way. We are the ones that are going to make the change.
Ooh, there we go. That's pretty good. They're doing their own thing, and I respect that. Let's keep going here with our thing though. We just took a look at the Lenge, and I'm gonna try to go a little bit quicker here. So next watch, we've got this Cartier Tank Normale skeleton. Look at that. Very impressive. Oh, what is it, a 24-hour watch? Because it's got 12 at the top and then 0 at the bottom, 18. It's got 18 on the right over here. It doesn't look like a GMT. It doesn't have two hands, but it might be one of those 24-hour watches where the hand goes around once every 24 hours. Not like a traditional, two-cycle watch. It's a number 20 out of 50. It's made out of yellow gold. Beautiful open case back. Very impressive movement. And it has a very special crystal that's cut like almost like a diamond, like a gemstone. You see here the sapphire crystal is just cut really well. And everything else traditional, very traditional. Cabochon on the on the crown. Let's see. Present version launched in 2023 was met with commercial success. Well, it didn't sell that well, to be honest, because the estimate was between 30 and 60,000 Swiss francs. It sold for 38,000 Swiss francs, which is like 38,000 Swiss francs, which is like maybe 44,000 US. Great price, if you ask me. It says it retains a familiar case with its wide brand cards, but adapts a time display with a 24-hour scale. As I thought, the tank Normale skeleton is equipped with in-house caliper developed specifically for this model. The dial is actually the movement base plate designed with an open worked day and night theme. The top part shows a stylized sun, and the bottom has a crescent moon. Oh, yes. Holy shit. That's right. Look at this. You see it? Oh man, let me do a screenshot here. Oh my god, I didn't notice it. But guys, if you look closely, let me open up my pen. Check this out. This is so cool. This is Cartier at its best. Okay, so check this out. You look at the bottom here, and what do you see? The crescent moon, right? Let me make it thicker, actually. Why is the pen so thin? Okay, so look here, right? You got crescent moon at the bottom, and then at the top, you got the sun. You see, this is the sun, and these are the sun rays. You see that? And the sun rays are bridges. The bridges make up the sun rays. This is extremely creative. Wow. I mean, come on. You gotta give respect to Cartier. And also, check this out. See, the top part of this base plate is light, and then the bottom one is dark. You see, they flip actually over here. These hour markers and hour indices, like this 16, is dark on the light. And then after 18, they flip. Now the printing becomes light on the dark fume part of the dial. Incredible attention to detail and the touch of class. It's a very classy watch, okay? This is what I love about the design, is how the watchmakers are able to solve different problems. It's very, very cleverly done. The present is like new condition, yeah, of course. It's new condition. Number 20 out of 50. Very cool stuff. Okay, let's go to the next one. The hype continues here with the white dial. Oh, they call it the piano dial 5711. These were like the dogs at a time, but now they caught up with the blue ones. The blue is still more popular, but these white ones are close behind. But I might actually like these white dial 5711s more than the blue dial ones. MD Chaz says Tim just solved the Da Vinci Code. Man, look, I don't know, I don't think so, but I thought it was cool to point out the attention to detail. See, this Patek doesn't have that type of thing in it, right? But look, it's good stuff here. Non-hacking movement with the V inside the rotor. It's good stuff. Great finish all around. Very cool. Oh man, the bracelet. This is why people love the Patek. Look at that bracelet. It's just perfectly finished. The polishing and the brushing and just how it's done. It's so cool. Gotta respect Aquanaut, even though it's extremely hyped. Let's see here. What do they say? Exuding the irresistible charm, the present Patek Philippe reference 5711 with white dial is offering excellent condition. Oh, it's just condition. Anyways, it's pretty cool. We're gonna keep going forward here. I want to get bogged down. Now here's an AP that's is a little bit different, and I think it's actually yeah, it's a modern watch made in the year 2020. But it's like AP reissuing a vintage piece with a modern movement. So I think they actually put like a code 1159 or something movement in here. Really well done, if you ask me. It's got a like a rose gold bezel, teardrop lugs, and like a steel mid case, but with gold pushers and everything. Look at that, beautiful open case back. I like how they finished the rotor on this one with that um, kind of a, what do they call these? Forgot. I forgot. But in these square pyramids. What the hell is it called? I bet it's in the description. Okay, let's see. There's a picture in box. Beautiful. It's kind of a old man looking watch, but hey, nothing wrong with being an old man. It was limited to 500 pieces, which is actually a lot of watches. Let's see here. AP Heritage Department. While the delicate dial layout distinctly echoes the original red 45 minute counter. Elongated Art Deco numerals, period font, and the case and movement are contemporary. So 40 millimeter case, very nice. Wears larger than its forebearer, but retains teardrop lugs and two-tone steel and gold case. Sapphire case back unveils in-house caliber 4409. The bridging the past and the present with respect and integrity. This spectacular so this is the remaster. I think this was like the first remaster that AP created, but it offers collectors a gateway to AP's rich history, offering in a barely worn condition, complete with accessories. It celebrates the enduring allure of vintage aesthetic reawakened. Yeah. Remaster 01. I think they just came out with the new remaster. Let's see. I think they have the remaster 02, or is it 03 right now? Let's see. I think it's 02. If I could find it even. Hold on a second. Watches. Remaster. Here we go. So this is the AP remaster. Let's see. View the collection. I think the new one is 2. Oh, there's no results. What the hell? Remaster. The website is broken. Never mind, guys. It's broken. It's in here, but when you click, it takes you nowhere. So, yeah, I think the square one is the second remaster they've done, because that was the first one, and this square one is the remaster 2.0. Pretty cool. 38,100, and it was estimated to just go between 12 and 20,000. So a pretty good result there. Now we also have got the blue dial white gold Daytona. Was estimated to go between 25 and 50,000, and the blue dial white gold Daytona has actually dropped on the secondary market by a lot. But this one sold for 44,450, which is very good. But it is in like a pristine condition. It comes with stickers on the back, double stickered. I don't think it was even worn. Look at it; it's completely brand new. But these are so popular. So I Oh, it's got stickers on the front too. Look at that. Stickers on the lugs, stickers all around. So very nice. Very nice conditioned one. Probably going to be somebody's uh, safe queen. Okay. Next piece we've got here is a Patek Philippe 5320G, the Perpetual calendar, or as I like to call it, the Humble Pine Perpetual. It's the beautiful Perpetual calendar in a very traditional way of Patek making a watch. It looks like an annual, but it's actually a perpetual with a moon phase, day and night indicator, and the red ones. If you look closely here, it goes from 31 changes into 1, and the 1 is in red. Very nice piece. Obviously automatic. I think the movement is non-hacking. Oh, but it comes with a second case back. So if you don't like open case back, you can put a closed case back on it, and you're good. So there you go. Interesting, beautiful Patek. Next watch we're gonna take a look at is a Resence. Resence. I call it Resonance, but it's Resence. It's actually a really ugly example. It's number 18 out of 150, and it's got this big chunky crown. Usually Resence watches, they're known for not having a crown. They have this very special thing on the back that you use it to set the time and to wind it, but this one's got the crown and it's just fat one. And it looks like they took the strap out of a Patek Philippe AutoZone. Get in the zone, the AutoZone. And put this watch together. No, I'm joking, but it's actually an interesting watch. Look at this Type 1002 Series 1. And this is a number 18, as you can see there. Automatic movement. So that's an open case back. Wow. It sold for only 8,250. That is cheap. Wow. If I was going to buy a Resence, I wouldn't mind this one. So let's see what it says here. Resence was born from an imagination of an industrial designer, Benoit Mintiens, Benoit Mintiens, who set out to rethink how we interact with the watch. The result, a completely fresh and intuitive way of reading time. Wrapped in sleek modern design, the story began in 2010 at Basel World, where 3 working prototypes quietly introduced the world to this Belgian newcomer. Swiss made, and unlike anything else at the fair, they quickly captured attention. A year later, a limited edition of 50 pieces of the Series 0 was offered, and in 2012, based on the success of this first limited edition, Resence introduced a Series 1, a limited edition of 150 pieces. The present Series 1 Type 1002 is numbered 18. That's a lucky number 18, and fitted with a matte gray titanium dial. Unprecedented, even in 2010, instead of having a dial on which hands would rotate, it is the entire structure of the dial that moves with 4 independent subdials to display hours, minutes, seconds, and AM, PM. Another distinctive feature of very early reference is the presence of a crown on the side of the case, which would disappear in later generations. The current example is offered with its original owner's manual and presentation box. This is actually steal of a deal because early example, this you can say it's a 68th watch ever made by Resence. So a big deal, in my opinion. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And it's quite complicated. So it's got hours, minutes, seconds over here at the top, and the power reserve. Very cool stuff. I wonder how thick it is, but they don't say. It's a 42 mil diameter, though. 42. It's quite chunky. Resence, by the way, whilst we're on the topic, they just came out with their brand new Resence Type 9 ARM, called Scattering Sun. And it's just hours and minutes. And I'm not sure about the bezel. The bezel might be rotating because it's got a little triangle there. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Datograph. Extraordinary watch. And if you look close over here at the hours, the hour markers, they're made in big, like they're bigger, and then the minute markers between the hour markers, they vary in size, making it look like the sun or something. And obviously the whole thing rotates around itself. And look, you see there's no crown on this one. Let's see some pictures. Gorgeous looking watch, totally stripped down with the fluted bezel. Man, Rolex is gonna be pissed. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Look at that. Very elegant and very thin case shape. Just so sexy. Oh, and it's the Armory limited edition. Look at that. Shout out to the Armory. That's the really popular um really popular men's clothing store in Manhattan. I think they might have other locations as well. And the owner of the Armory, he's a big watch collector. Oh, and by the way, look at that. It's got a pin buckle, custom pin buckle, like square. You see here, so the way you wind the watch, you turn it clockwise. And then to set it, you turn it counterclockwise. And it says turn slowly. Made in Switzerland. It's cool piece. Gotta give the guys the props, it's just beautiful. The Armory. Anyways, going along here. Guys, I think I'm gonna do one more watch. Unless we hit 3 hours, but if somebody wants to super chat to extend the show further, I could go further through these watches. But if there's no interest, then I'm gonna go and rest my head because I did 3 hours. It's hard. It's hard, and I gotta go pay the bills and stuff like that. The nonsense. Get some rest. Uh, Portugueser, check this out. Before we wrap this up, check this out. We got Portugueser here, and so basically, if we get a super chat, let's just say $5, I'll do $5 per watch. All right, I'll go quickly. Unless I guess there may be. It's kind of a quiet night. Everybody is just resting lately. So, but anyway, so this final piece here is a Portugueser minute repeater, and we saw minute repeater yesterday, I think, or the day before that. It was a Quorum minute repeater, and that one sold for like I think 40,000. But this is IWC minute repeater. Unfortunately, you can't see the hammers on the case back. I guess the hammers for the minute repeater are under the dial. But this is a limited edition of 50 pieces. This is number 45. It's got beautiful finish, to be honest. Great finish. Comes with papers, everything, and looks gorgeous. It sold for 33,000, which is pretty good. Pretty good. 42 mil case Very nice case size. It says that the minute repeater reference 5240. It's a beautiful study in restraint, discreet and effortlessly refined. At first glance, it's a classic 42 mil platinum Portuguese, but beneath the surface lies one of the watchmaking's most poetic complications. So it was introduced in 1995. Wow. Limited to 50 pieces in platinum. Incredible. A beautiful watch. If you look here, and it has the old International Watch Company logo before IWC rebranded into a modern look. But yeah, that's the watch. I'll do one more, because why not? Just to finish off the page. Okay, so this is the last watch for tonight. Is this kind of a ladies looking gondola watch with diamond bezel. Beautiful watch for a lady. Sold for 17,780 Swiss francs. Made in 1996. Very classy. I think, well, depending on the size, but this could look good on the gentleman as well. Closed case back, untouched, by the way, case back. So perfect for engraving. It was sold by the Hourglass. Cool. Sold by the Hourglass in 1994. 132 diamonds. It's beautiful. Yeah. It's a 34 by 33.8 mil. You know what? Like, this could be a great hipster watch as well, because that's like 20,000 US and it has a date. So, it's cool. It's a big deal, I think. And obviously 1996, this is before the fake diamonds. So all these diamonds are going to be natural and of highest quality. Wait. I really appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Shout out to Double D and to a very private gentleman for hopping on the stream and chatting watches with me. Big shout out to everybody who super chatted tonight, and to all those legends who are members and keeping this show going every single day. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna do a wine talk episode, so make sure to tune in. Get your bottle of wine. Good night, everybody. Oh, and if you do want to support the show, you can send some money via PayPal. I'm gonna put the link to a PayPal account. If you have any requests, you can PayPal or Venmo. The Venmo as well. If you enjoyed the episode and you want me to keep doing the show, thank you so much. Good night.